So, good morning, guys. Welcome back. It is the 61st episode today, and it's going to be the first episode of the 5th attempt. How is everyone doing? Good morning. Progressive, Yuri, Hamdi, Sky, Marvin, thank you guys for all coming in first thing in the morning. Jennifer, thank you as well. Good morning. While we're up here, and those who are watching the stream, once it's already come out, I'm going to go ahead and throw the rules up real quick. And we'll run through those just so we can knock that out early in the beginning. So for the Ironman challenge, there is no dying, which is what we did exactly Saturday. So we're starting from scratch. There's no gear above white quality. Grays are okay. There's no gear enchants. There's no talents. Which is big. You can have specs, but you can't have talents for Legion. There's no potions, flasks, elixirs, or health stones unless you're a warlock. We'll talk about the warlock race here pretty soon. No joining groups or raids, no killing dungeon or raid bosses, no food buffs, no XP boosting activities such as your recruiter friend, your monk ratio, or your XP potions. Speaking of recruiter friend, me and the girlfriend started that over the past weekend, and that is a lot of fun. If you guys have the gold or the funds, the real life funds, and you've never tried it, try it. It's actually a ton of fun. We were able to get to level 60 passively, passively playing in about 6 hours. So. And I'm sure there's many people who've done it faster than that, but it's just a lot of fun to try that out. Anyway, there's no pet battle leveling, there's no battlegrounds or arenas, there's no bodyguards referring to Warlords, Draenor, or Legion, and there's no professions, primary or secondary, except for first aid. So with that, we have the latest here. Let me catch up with chat. Marvin says, can you play a Warlock or Mage? That would be funny. Marvin, we're actually doing the Warlock race starting in September 1st. So we'll take a break from the Hunter that day, and or that month, and we'll do nothing but Warlock during the course of that month. Then we'll come back to the Hunter, knock out our range class, then do melee, and there's enough content to last us to December. So there is that. But let me knock out the YouTube Challenger updates. Keithy's still at level 70. I don't think he's uploaded anything here recently. Dollar is at level 50. Progressive died over the weekend as well as Zero Sin. Progressive is a level 8 Warlock. Zero Sin is level 13 Paladin. And then Sheppo still is a level 39 Hunter. So we'll clean the screen up here real quick. But yes, we did die yesterday. Or not yesterday, Saturday. But let's see. Jennifer says he's going to do a 9F Hunter until he makes it to 110, which is exactly right. The only break we'll take from that is, like I said, in September, when anyone's invited, by the way, to do a Ironman race in September. Just go ahead and link your character name as well as your realm name in the Discord linked in the description, and me and Keithy will take care of it from there. But everyone is welcome. You don't have to join on September 1st. You can join any day of the week, any day of the month. There's 2 legs of the race, and so we'll get to that later on. Noah, good morning as well. Marvin, good morning. For the Lowells, welcome back. Good morning. We're doing well. We have a fresh start, so it'll be a lot of leveling in the first thing in the morning. Daniel says hello. Good morning, Daniel. He said got wrecked so hard. Yeah, so in going back, the first time I think I lucked out. The first time I did it, when I made it to 85 as the Ironman on my first Ironman attempt, if I could speak. But this time I had started out with my cooldowns as well as let's go ahead and put all these in the correct location. I had started out by using that item, and I think it has a 3-second cast timer, or sorry, a 3-second duration. But the cooldown's 10 seconds, so I was not aware of those details, and purely my fault. You know, it should have registered better for me that when I saw him having 50k health, that was the case. But I think I was distracted from the fact that the other quest bugged on me, so I had that going in the back of my mind. But that is the Ironman challenge in a nutshell, is being able to, I guess, get back on the horse as soon as you die. So that's what we're doing now. Jay says, good morning, Q. Good morning, Jay. How are you doing? Welcome back. Noah says, this time you're going to make it. I have a good feeling. Thank you, Noah. I appreciate that. Like I said, I think this would have been a lot tougher had there not been, interaction with chat and everyone participating and whatnot. So I am more grateful to you guys than I can express, to be honest. So thank you guys for that. Alright, but with that, we're going to pretty much do our normal routine here. I have this more or less memorized, and I know as soon as I say that I'm going to make a mistake, but since it is early in the AM, usually there's rares up. I don't know how packed Blackwater Raiders, I think that's the server we're on. Blackwater Raiders? Yeah, something like that. But there we go, level 2. But yeah, we'll take it from there. This is all part of the Ironman challenge experience, and look at that. I said I knew what to do, and I didn't even pick up my second quest. But I'm going to put Sam on the toolbar here, as well as all the mounts, actually. Let me go ahead and do that now. Do you guys want me to try this chauffeur mount? I know we talked about that before, but I can throw that up there. If not, we won't use it. If so, we'll use it. It's not a big deal to me either way. We're going to put the Water Strider mount there. Let's see, what other mounts are we supposed to have up? Grand Expedition Yak. And I think that was... Oh, we need a flying one. That's right. Ashes of Valar. There we go. And then our little pet. We'll pull Sam out. You know, the real bummer to that episode was that we had managed to finally tame a spirit beast. And died the same episode. That was the to me that was one of the biggest bummers, to be honest. I was like, man, we just got that. So with that, as any good hunter, we need to name our pet, and it is Sam with us once again, who is absolutely passed out at the moment. It's too early in the morning for him. Furlough says, what headphones are you using? I can't wait to see how far you get. Thank you, Furlough. These were gifted to me, so let me see. Sades? S-A-D-E-S? I don't know what the cost or whatever, but yeah, these were gifted to me, and I enjoy them quite a bit, to be honest. A lot of headphones are kind of too tight, or they just sit on your ears wrong, but these have been pretty nice. Marvin says, I would also play, but I download GTA right now. You know, Marvin, I haven't played a console game. I think you can play GTA on a computer, I know, but I haven't played another game probably since I've started Warcraft. I think I played, not Skyrim, but Scroll of the Elder Scrolls? There we go, Elder Scrolls, yeah. So, we did play that a little bit, but it wasn't enough to pull me, you know, even pull me outside of my normal Warcraft hours at that time. So I'm hoping to get a bag from these guys, to be honest. Warlock says, rest in peace, Spirit Beast. I know, that was a pretty big bummer. I think what I'm going to start doing after this character is go back on the realms I've previously died on and just make a bank alt, because sometimes I'm generating some gold, so I'm not going to use that gold to send it to my next Ironman, but what I am going to do is start banking that gold for when I die. I can, you know, collectively and maybe earn a month's worth of, what do you call it? Some sort of Warcraft token with the amount of gold I have, because it's for North America, it's pretty feasible. Let's see. Steve Moon, Steve. I like your last name. Good morning. Thank you for the subscription. And welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Platingo says, what? You died? Yeah, Plating. We got hit by a death bolt, of all things. It was 100% my fault. I just didn't have the memory or the experience to, you know, to recall that we have to reflect that spell, but that the cast only lasts 3 seconds, despite it being a what do you call it? Cooldown. Cameron says, "There's the death pick." Yep, we it was a one-shot scenario. It kind of stunned me at first. I was like, "Why? What happened?" While at the same time, I kind of looked at the when I saw Death Bolt, I was like, I wonder if I messed up here. But yeah, there's still nothing quite like that feeling when you see that little text box that comes up asking you to release or cancel. So that was kind of unexpected. I was like, shoot, I died. So Vex says, hey man, died? Yes sir. We made it to 77. Hamdi says, you just didn't read the quest. Yeah, Hamdi, and that's the big thing is, as many times as I said it, when you have like a 0 of 1 where you have to kill a named boss, more often than not you should read those quests, but I didn't, and I paid the ultimate price for that one. So we got to pick up 7 for these. But like I said, that was 100% my fault. So Steve Moon says, don't worry man, love your surname too. Thank you sir, I appreciate that. How's your morning going? We are starting, this is our 5th attempt, hence the 5 on the thumbnail. So that's kind of how it goes. I think the terminology is season. So this is our 5th season. Every time we start a new character, that's a season. Beck says, are you ready for the new patch? I am actually. I'm looking forward to it. For Frost DKs who could not master the Breath of Sindragosa variation of the Frost spec, it's going to be very good for them. I think Obliteration variation is going to get a pretty big buff and might make my skill set viable again. So it looks like it's going to follow the same, it being the patch and raid sequence. It's going to be the same as it's been throughout Legion, in the sense that we're going to get a patch and then maybe 2 or 3 months down the road we're going to get the new raid. And so what that means for me is that I'll probably start working my way back into the what do you call it, the raiding scene. I need to start with normal because I'm a noob, but and I don't know the fight, so I don't want to try to start in heroic and bring everybody down. But it is going to be pretty good for the Frost DKs. Peck says, Frost, it's all about unholy. Well, you know, the thing about it is my off spec is blood, but I have yet to get the artifact for unholy. I know I should, but I'm just what do you want to say? Not busy, but Iron Mia. Nice name. Thank you for the subscription and welcome to the stream. Good morning. We are starting early in the morning. We started at level 1, and I guess you could say we're making significant progress here as we are already level 3. Little bit of facetiousness and sarcasm in that comment, but it's all good. One says, want to talk about hot papers. Oh, okay. That's an easy fix. Alright, so King says, hello Moon. What's going on, King? Welcome back. How are you doing? Jennifer says, I started streaming Gnome Hunter on Facebook this weekend. I would love to watch on YouTube or Twitch, but unsure how to do it. On YouTube, to be honest, it's very simple. If I think you have the hard part knocked out if you have were able to stream on Facebook. If you are using OBS, you just kind of tie the I guess your outbound content to YouTube, or if you're going to split it to some sort of splitting website software, and it just kind of takes care of the rest from there. It's all automatic at that point. Miss Weaver says, where did you die this time? That's a bummer. We died at 77, and I forget the name of the mobs. Yeah, the name of the mob, but we died at 77 due to a death bolt, and it was in Sholazar Basin. So, like I said, that was 100% my fault, just for not remembering or not knowing, and not reading the quest, to be honest. But yeah, Beck says, yep, report him. So yeah, one thing that we've had here recently, and it kind of showed itself on Saturday, is that we are starting to pick up in subscribers, videos, sorry, not videos, but views and whatnot. So here, starting September 1st, we will have mods to kind of help, you know, slow that stuff down and take care of it more quickly than it pops up, because sometimes I'll get behind in chat. But like I said, that'll start September 1st, so we'll work our way through that. I do have a handful of mods that have offered to help, so right now I'm kind of picking those a handful, not too many, but picking those who have watched the stream for quite a bit, just because they have an understanding of what I'm more or less tolerant of. So we'll be getting there very soon. In fact, I guess that would be in what, 2 days? So there we go. This would be number 12. We turn that in. Hamdi says Facebook is so bad that you need double the bandwidth and the hardware. It's not even worth it. Yeah, to be honest, Jennifer, I didn't know you were using. I didn't know you could stream on Facebook like that until you just said something. Now I was using Blid's own streaming thing. I did Facebook. Really? Wow. I didn't even Yeah, I don't really do Facebook, so that's probably why I didn't ever consider that. We need to put this spell over here. But yeah, if you download OBS, it's a little bit of a learning curve, but it's not too bad. It's just getting over the little hump of, or just getting from under that curve just a little bit, but it's not too bad at all. I guess we'll get a belt. And we'll go ahead and port back. So I'll throw the belt on here. Guess we'll equip some gloves, and those are an upgrade. Okay. So we'll turn that in, and I think we have to head to over here. Michael, thank you for the subscription. Good morning and welcome to the stream. How are you? Vec says, nice, glad to hear you're getting mobs. Yeah, Vec, like I said, I want to try to, this channel's grown quite a bit, so thank you guys for being a part of that. Yeah, and saying that, you know, you get it's the internet, you're going to get your trolls. It's not the worst thing in the world. So we'll just handle it as it comes, and those will be going out September 1st. So if you are interested, as we get more and more content, I'll add more and more mods. But as of now, I'll probably do maybe, I don't know, 5 or so, 5 for the first wave. It's all who's interested, and I've taken down names before, so I'll keep that in mind. But if you're interested, feel free to chime in. And I think, like I said, we'll pull from those who've kind of have a good knowing of. That way we're all on the same page, and there's not too much drama developed in removing people and stuff like that. So honestly, my line of reason for chat rules is if a person needs rules to be a decent person, this probably isn't going to be the best channel for them. We discuss ideas here, we talk about lore, we express opinions. So you know, and God forbid if we get into political or religious discussion, we can. I want to have the environment to be able to discuss ideas without insulting the person that they're coming from. So as an engineer, that's a very important concept to me. So that's something we'll actively pursue. Dago, thank you for the subscription. Welcome to the stream. See, Progressive says, glad to hear about mods. I know it has been hard keeping up with chat when you're trying not to die. Yeah, sometimes it can get distracting. But when I do die, that is 100% on me. The first time, you know, was more unfortunate than anything else. But the subsequent times of dying after that was 100% me. So that's there's nothing, no way to get around that. Shabib says, hey man, how are you? Good morning, Shabib. How are you doing? When do you start your economics course? I do remember that. I think that's the last we were discussing was economics. You looking forward to it? Are you starting out as freshman or returning? Alright, so we'll turn this in real quick. And he gives us a buff to jump down, and we can go this way. And I think we'll just float down, right? Yep. Marvin says, if you see this, then you think I do this with heirlooms. Takes maybe 10 minutes. Let's see, Marvin, when you say you see this, yeah. So heirlooms are not allowed. I don't know if that's what you were going for there, but yeah. This area, I think we've been here. We went through the rules and everything, so I think we've been in this area for all of 19 minutes. So right at the 20 20-minute mark we should be exiting. So yeah, with heirlooms you'll probably get through here in 7 or 8 minutes depending on how fast you are. I think druids can make it a little bit quicker than most. Jennifer says, have you sat and watched the Spirit of Cordea is saying? What the Spirit of Cordare is saying? I have not. Let me I'll write that down real quick. Is that a YouTube video or what is that, Jennifer? Sorry, I am. I'll at least point my arrow. Much Spirit. Caldore. I have no idea what that is. But that is level 5. Nice. As normal, what we're going to do is run straight to this cave. Well, we might pick up this quest over here, but then we'll run to the cave, see if we can kill the rare, get the bag. That way our bag slots are... we have as many bag slots available as possible. Put a hearthstone here. There we go. Shabib says, thanks man, really good actually, starting on the 16th of September. Thanks for remembering. Yeah, no problem. I kind of enjoy seeing what other people are doing as far as their degrees and talking about coursework, so not a problem at all. That's more easy to remember sometimes than Warcraft. Only says, Qyune, I told you to read the spreadsheet. You know, only. That's the, I couldn't find it. I actually looked it up this morning. Sorry, not this morning. Yesterday. When did we die? We died Saturday. I looked it up on Saturday, but couldn't find it on... Is it in the forums? Because I couldn't find the link to it. The WoW Challenges Tips and Tricks forum. Okay, so it is on the forum. Yep, nope. Like I said, that was 100% my fault. Neil says, oh no, did you die? I did, Neil. I did. So we're going to do the hunter for the next 2 days. I think is going to be... No, we're missing tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be... The servers are going to be down for an extended maintenance just because the new patch. So what we'll end up doing is taking that day off and then come back on Wednesday and then follow up with I think the Warlock race starts on Thursday, if that's September 1st. Shabib says, anyway, I gotta go, man. Have a great day. Alright, Shabib, I'll talk to you later. You have a great rest of the day. Alright, so we're gonna work our way into the cave over here. Neil says, I lost my hunter at 90 a few days. Neil, I'm sorry. Trust me, I know the feeling. I think this weekend was a death weekend for Ironman challengers. I died, Progressive died, Zero Sin died, and I guess you died relatively close. Only says tips and tricks, mobs and quests to avoid spreadsheet edition. First post has good docs link. I post directly, but your YouTube eats URLs. Okay, yes, only sorry about that, and thank you by the way, because I tried to find it, and so it's on the tips and tricks. So that's what let me write that down before I forget. Look up, because what I was trying to do is find just a download link, but it was I didn't look on the forums directly. Tips and tricks. Tricks on WoW challenges. Alright, so I'll do that this time only. But the good thing is I'm actually starting to have a repertoire of quests I'm supposed to avoid at this point in time already in my head. For the lowest signs up for my job. I appreciate that. I'll write that down as well. Hot Tricks, thank you for the subscription. Welcome to the stream. Good morning. If I can write this down for there we go. Progressive says, I was getting buffering again morning, so I did some research and I loaded a VPN and voila, no buffering. Okay, good. So you were able to figure that out. Yeah, if you guys have any sort of buffering going on your video, I'd say first step would be try to refresh it and see if that helps it out. For some odd reason, YouTube videos tend to lag out from time to time, even if everything's all green as far as the health of the stream. So just refresh it if you can. I have a green bar on my end, so if it's still buggy on your end, just let me know and we'll see what we can do. Asman says, how are you? Good morning, Asman. How are you doing? We're doing pretty good. We are level 5 and hopefully closing in on 6 pretty soon once we kill this rare here, if he's up, that is. Let's says, hi, what's going on, Let's Good morning. How are you doing? So I'm going to, I think once we get level 6, we're eligible for our first bow. First bow upgrade, should I say. For Lola says, let's see, best name ever. Nice. Jennifer also says, when you get a chance, read my last post. So Jennifer says, when you go to Moonwells to fill the vial, the spirit shows up. You can watch what he says and he'll give you some of the lore of, oh, okay, I gotcha. Alright, yeah, we'll do that. I've been running off as soon as he starts. And there's our first rare, hopefully. Let's see, says, thanks. Thanks for the loss. Alright, so let's see. I'm gonna kill this guy just so I don't have to deal with him shadow bolting me from behind. Patrick says, what was the highest level that you got in the Ironman challenge? By the way, keep up the stream, man. Well, thank you, Pot. And good morning once again. The first one, alright, let me fix my camera here. The first one we got to 85. The second one was 33. And then the third and fourth one was 74 and 77. So we'll get there. We'll get there. It's going to take a little bit of time. And I'm going to let this guy patrol further away. That way we don't have to deal with 3 at one time. We do have 2. Progressive says, I think you got me down as a possible mod. Yes, Progressive, I do. And thank you for that again, by the way. Sam's getting hit a little hard. We might have to res him. But I have a slow, so it's not too big of a deal. We'll just kill this guy first. Yeah, we'll drop a slow on him. Because Sam probably will die for the first time at level 6. Yep. Alright, so with that, not a problem. Let's see, says crap. What's crap, let's see. We have another guy patrolling. Alright, so with that. But yeah, going back toward patch 7.3 here. That's going to be a good alt catch-up patch. We'll go through more details just so those who aren't familiar with it, you guys can have a update from this channel. I was planning to do that with a condensed video, but it didn't come quite out quite the way I like. So I'm gonna go back and touch that up and alter it a little bit. Forlow says, another question about streaming. What are your internet speeds? So I think my speed says, or what my internet provider says, is that I have a 60 meg download and then a 6 meg upload. I'm gonna grab all the quests here and change my Hearthstone. But what you want to do as far as your upload speed is, that's your critical stuff. That's the one that's, you know, directly tied to uploading a stream, of course. But you don't want to say if your internet provider says you have 6. One, you don't. That's 9 times out of 10. That's their max quote. So you want to get a speed test and kind of get a rough idea of what your speed actually is. More often than not, mine's 5. And I'm going to sell all this real quick. Nope, I'm not actually, because I need to turn it into that demon. So we'll wait on that. So let's say mine's 5, for example. What you want to do is not use 5 in the OBS as well. You want to tailor it down to say 4500 or 4200, which is equivalent of 5 or 5.5, 4.5 or 4.2, because you want to have room for your other stuff to show through, if that makes any sense. If you dedicate everything to your video, your sound won't come through, or it will, and it's going to slow down your video. So there's all that to go to consider. I want to. The reason. No, we didn't get all the items we need. Okay, let's go back this way then. The reason we're not selling stuff quite yet is because a lot of the quest items that I could be using, or could use to turn in, are vendorable. So just kind of watch out for that. Nikki says, "Hi, Qyune." Good morning, Nikki. How are you doing? How's work treating you? Does it look like it's going to be a busy day for you? Furlough says hello to Nikki, and Furlough says, "Oh, okay, thank you again." Yep, no problem. So this is going to be a cooking quest. We can do this quest, but we just don't want to learn the cooking profession. So there's that to consider. So we'll turn this quest in right here. We'll worry about going to Dalaran a little bit later. We're just going to head back in the other direction and kill stuff as quickly as possible. With that, let's see. We'll turn that in real quick, and off we go. Jennifer says Hearthstone Qyune. Thank you, Jennifer. Very nice. This is why chat's so awesome. You guys are awesome. Turned in the quest and took off. Alright, so we'll make this our home. Thank you very much, by the way. Because we're going to use that Hearthstone probably once we get out toward here. There's a rare in this camp that we'll knock out. But there's also a rare or two on the way down here. So that's usually what we do. We'll clear out these quests, and then we'll just kind of make our way around in a semicircle there. But with that being said, we'll kill this bird all along the way. Nikki says, busy day today. I wish you the best of luck. Take care. Alright, Nikki, thank you. And thanks for stopping by. For those who are just chiming in, we are on our 5th attempt. It is the 61st episode. It is also our first episode of season 5, I guess we'll call it. But this is all good. Honestly, you know, I'm not going to say I don't mind dying, but the benefit is that a lot of people who are newer to the channel get to see the early stages and experience that content, because I know it's sometimes hard to go back and watch a quote-unquote live stream that's not actually live. I've actually never done it, so there's that. But I wonder if I could get one more fang. That way I could turn this all in while I'm here. I thought I saw a second or another cat, but maybe not. It just gives a lot of people who didn't otherwise have a chance to see the early stages a chance to see that and what the Ironman challenge is like out here. It's not too awful bad first starting out, so. Let's see. Quest Complete says, "Hi mate, what's going on, Quest Complete? Good morning." Jennifer says, "Anyone else seen the white bubble?" Oh, thank you. That's actually, I had a couple complaints for that. Thomas, thank you for the subscription. Welcome to the stream. Let me fix that now. So, what that is, the white bubble is, it's either sonar mouse or mouse sonar. Here we go. This add-on right here. I use that when I run Mythic Plus and Raids, just because a lot of times I lose my mouse when I'm going back and forth. So that should do away with that now. So there we go. Thank you for that as well. Colin says we'll see that too. Yep. So that should be gone. I know that's sometimes hard to watch, so thank you for letting me know. I tried to clean up the add-ons beforehand, but I did miss that one. Aruki says, Did he die? I did. Aruki, welcome to the stream once again. But yep, we did die. We made it all the way to level 77, and we got hit with a death bolt. So it's all good. There's our second rare. Hopefully he'll drop another bag for us. Let's see. Says I'm leveling a playoff mage Ironman level 70, 1 bar away from 71. Oh, nice. Grats. Especially grats for a mage. That's especially in the early levels. I think a mage is one of your more difficult classes, just because you don't have a lot of the utility you normally have. Mario East says, "What's the Ironman challenge?" Mario, welcome to the stream. And thanks for asking. We'll go ahead and throw that up real quick. The rules are on your right, and the other current Ironman challengers are on your left. We did take off a few of them that hadn't updated here recently, so as they update, I'll put them back on. But essentially, you're getting from 1 to 110 without dying, only using white and gray quality gear. The other rules include no dungeons, no pet battle leveling, no battlegrounds. The only exception to the quality gear is that you can have any quality bags, tabard, or shirt, but no grouping with anyone whatsoever. So it's essentially just, can you make it a 110 with the worst gear in the game without any sort of help. So we'll put that back down. But yeah, for those who are new, that is the Ironman challenge in a nutshell. And I think it's still considered the hardest challenge. I don't know, pacifist I think might be pretty hard, but or pretty difficult, should I say. But as far as killing mobs kind of quest, Ironman challenge is still pretty much agreed upon as the hardest challenge currently. I think we need to go open a chest over here. Yeah, we do. Take care of this guy real quick. Jennifer says she ran off. Well, the thing was, Jennifer, is like, I feel like if I miss the first one, then I'm going to be kind of halfway through the story. So that's why I ran off that time. What I was going to do is, me and the girlfriend, we're going to be leveling characters quite a bit here soon, since we have the recruiter fin going on. So we'll probably do that in the next week or so. So yeah, I'll definitely do it then, but no, that's why I skipped it this time. Jacob says, why are you starting from level 1? Jacob, we died at 77, man. We got death bolted. So that is, I think there's going to be more cats this way. What we're going to do is just kind of grind our way across. And I think we'll come across, like I said, 2 rares that are down here. So that's what we're going to do here. I think there's more cats along the southern region of Teldrassil, so that's what we'll do here next. Jacob says, no, rip. Yeah, it was rough. I think Only is angry at me. I didn't download the spreadsheet. There's a Warcraft spreadsheet that kind of lists out dangerous quests, and I didn't have a chance. I couldn't find it that day, and that is one of the quests that's listed as a dangerous one. But what had happened is that the quest item that you have has a 10-second cooldown. So I assumed that the benefit of it was probably going to be a half for the whole duration of those 10 seconds, but it's not. It ends at after 3 seconds, I believe. So when I opened up and used it, by the time the death bolt finished casting, it had expired. So when we got hit, it was just a one-shot mechanic. So that was the unfortunate side. I mean, the quest is doable. We did it the first time around, and honestly, just kind of lucked out. But in combination of that, I was kind of distracted with the fact that the other quest I was doing was bugging out, and I couldn't figure out why the character wasn't spawning. Oh, level 7. So in combination with everything, that's why we died. This guy should drop the teeth we need. Yep, there we go. Steve Nick says, "Oh, you have 591 subs. No way you're getting a million." Yeah, that's quite a jump. That would be that is quite the jump there. We'll see what happens in the future. With that though, we're going to see if we can get this cat killed over here, and then let's see. Yeah, we have all the quests we need. So once we knock out these 2 rares, we'll go ahead and hearth back, I suppose. For those who Normally, just because I don't want to be distracted any more than I am with chat, I don't join a guild. But for those who do want the conversational aspect, the social aspect, you can join a guild, and the benefit to that is having a, what do you want to call it, a 15 minute timer on your Hearthstone rather than 30 minutes. So there is that option out there for you. But Steve, yeah, that's the first time I've seen your name. How's your morning going? We got a hunting rifle. Really? Oh, that's a decent upgrade actually. I'll use that. The overall damage on it's negligible as far as the difference, but the thing is we go from a timer of 2.1 seconds to 2.7, meaning that our Cobra shot's going to hit much harder now. Oxid said, how's this going? It's going good, Oxid. Good morning, how are you doing? Really? I guess if you shoot one that's kind of close, then you have a risk of aggroing both of them. That's interesting. Didn't know that. But yeah, Oxid, this is day 1 for the 5th attempt. How's your morning going? Progress says, the highest WoW streamer on YouTube has around 38k subs, and it's Mr. Game Master. Is it? The highest one I've seen so far, I think, is Missildine, and I think he comes on a little bit later in the morning. And I enjoy his stuff. He has really good content. I've been able to see him in the past week or so, but I think he plays a variety of different games. But that's the highest one I've seen so far, and I think he has 10k. Alright, so with that, trying to see if we can make it to this rare over here. For when it comes to rares, it is worth kind of going out of your way a little bit, all the way, just because they drop the low-level greens, which sometimes sell pretty good, give you a good chance to buy larger bags. What else? The XP they give you is probably higher than that of a quest, so there is that to consider as well. But I did not see the cat. That's surprising. He has a pretty long patrol path, but usually we'll see him by now. Jacob says, play a Death Knight. Jacob, I do play a Death Knight. It's actually, oh, there he is. There's my, Death Knight is my main. So, once 7.3 comes out, we'll be updating that. I might see if I can get the video I've been working on out by Tuesday. Normally I want to save it for Sundays, but since there is 7.3, throughout the video, I'll probably go through 7.3 updates just to kind of get that out. But yeah, like I said, I didn't like the way the video was kind of working out, so I decided to not go ahead and put something up that I wasn't going to be satisfied with. So that's why nothing came out on Sunday, if you guys were waiting on that. Oxy says, been in an info meeting about getting jobs, etc. So kind of meh. What kind of jobs you going for, Oxy? Which wasn't so much as paperwork to do because I have a job in mind, but need a driver's license before I can get it. I gotcha. What kind of job you going for? Jacob says, nice. Yeah, I enjoy the DK. So, like I said, Obliteration Spec is going to get a buff here pretty soon. And that'll be our 4th rare. So that's going to be nice. And like I said, I'll probably start learning these Tomb of Sargeras fights here pretty soon. That might be something we could do in the afternoons or evenings if you guys are interested. We did get that quest, which we could go turn over here, but I think we're gonna I'll go do it. It's all at this point everything's just a boost to XP, so normally speaking, by the time we make it to Darkshore, we're about level 12 or 13, so hey, it says back in the saddle. That's right. Honestly, I think that's probably the hardest thing about the Ironman challenge, generally speaking, is just having that mentality to be like, well, that character had 2 days or 3 days, or you know, if you're above level 85, even more time invested, and then it's, you know, it's all for nothing. But honestly, just I enjoy it, so it doesn't bother me. Hearts of Dragons, thank you for the subscription. Welcome to the stream. Thank you guys. I appreciate all the subscriptions this morning as well as likes. Thank you. Let's go ahead and knock that out. Oxy says, the job I have in mind is a sports field managing. My dad works as such a place and has contacts. Gonna meet his boss about needing a job as soon as possible. Might get lucky and get the job early, but I need a license. Nice. Is it a oh, MVG Magnus? Thank you for the subscription, and welcome to the stream. Good morning. We are going to grab this. I suppose we'll get this along the way. Are you looking forward to it, Oxid, or is it just kind of like something you have to do? Are you considering school, or you just wanting to build up a little bit of a bank account first? Farking says, hey friend, what's going on, Farking? Good morning. How are you? Welcome back. We'll grab this, and that way we'll have 2 quests to turn in. Farking says, no more Sammy Bear. Yeah, you know, Farking, that's the biggest disappointment I have is losing the Spirit Beast. We almost died to the Spirit Beast, to be honest. I did not realize that he hit as hard as he did, or I ought to put up some traps, which I probably should have anyway, but I had already started taming him too late. But there we go, level 8. But yeah, that is that's the biggest disappointment with dying. Bjark, if I'm saying that right, what happened? Did you die in Northrend? I did, Bjark. I died at 77. I got death bolted, so we're going to do this until we get it right. So with that, we'll just kind of grind our way back out of here. Oops. There we go. I'm still in a habit of hitting kill command, so when I get a new spell, I usually hit that before I move it. Janice says, I love your UI, you made it yourself. Janice, thank you. Is it Janice or James? Is that 1 or 2? Because sometimes when people say, how do you say Qyune? They'll say, is it Qyune? Qyune? And I'll say, yeah, that's it. And you know, they've already listed 3 different items. So we'll say, number 1, James. Now I forget which one I labeled as 1. James, right? I feel like it's Janice. I think it's... I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna say James. If I say or say James, if that's wrong, say no, and I'll switch back to Janice. Oxy says, I'm looking forward to the job. It's more free in a sense. I want to get it as soon as possible because because the work that I have to put in searching for a job is time consuming. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes searching for a job, well, really all the time it should be, searching for a job is a job in and of itself. In past, whenever I've been in a situation where I've been looking for jobs, I've done so and put in 8 hours a day just because that is the you know, that is my job. You know, when you're looking for one, the act of looking for your job is a job in essence. I'm going to turn in this quest over here real quick, just so I don't actually sell the quest items I need. But we do have all the bags available, so anything else at this point is just extra. Let me go ahead and start setting aside my cloth so I can sell that later. But Jan says, did you make it yourself, the UI? Yes, I did actually. It took me a little while, but I used GIMP just because it was free software, so it took me a little while to get it. But this is about the 3rd or 4th iteration of my UI. The reason it's darker like that is because a lot of people watch the stream on their phone, and if if it's light and you're watching your phone in the dark, sometimes it's a little bright, so I've tried to make my UI a little bit dark. The green might offset that, but try to make the background as dark as possible anyway. He says, I just played WoW for 10 hours at work. Oh, that's the best. Very nice. Pocket says, I never like working for people I know or friends of people I know. Makes it weird, sort of. I can relate to that. Especially when one of them owns the business and whatnot. It can work, but a lot of times people have a rule of not working for friends or family, and that is a 100% understandable rule. If I can figure out where I put my Hearthstone. For those who can't see, I'm just selling stuff here. I know that bags don't quite fully show themselves, so that's all we're doing. And I might have enough gold to go ahead and buy the bow for level, what, 11? So we'll do that. I don't have enough gold. Oh, I need 7 more silver. Okay. We'll come back. Jesus, bring on the 600. Very nice. Yeah, I guess we're at 597. That's pretty cool. Thank you guys for that. Alright, so with that, we need to go back here and slay these guys. And the Falcons, even though the quest says it's only around here, the Falcons are all around Teldrassil, more or less. So that highlighted area isn't 100% accurate. Excuse me. Oxa says, currently the meeting was like, we can help you with job coaches, etc. I'm like, well, I can't wait to, like 2 or 3 months for this. I almost got a job, and if this starts too early, I can't get a license. That's understandable, because if I have to spend all my days doing other stuff they force me to, then I won't have time to study for the driver's license. Yeah, like I said, that's understandable. Oxid, if you don't mind me asking, is your driver's license in North America, Europe, or Asia? This guy says, poor spirit beast will always stay a ghost spirit. Yeah, yep. We, apparently that one's pretty hard to find. Me and the girlfriend were trying to get her the bear for her hunter. And, every server we hopped on to see if we could find it, there was someone camping it. So, it is a pretty difficult bear to come across unless you're on a quiet server. I'm not we are on Blackwater Raiders, I think is what the name of the server is here. So I'm not sure if it's considered busy or not, but that's where we're at the moment. I'm gonna see if I can come across some more Falcons here. The tendency is to not loot stuff. You know, you especially in the early stages of the Ironman challenge, a lot of people I've noticed skip looting. I would kind of discourage you from doing that. As much as possible, you want to pick up everything you see, because one, you don't know if you're going to get a green or not, which could help you get your bags. But two, just that extra little bit of silver. We were 7 silver short being able to buy the gun available at 11. So if you can, you know, try to pick up as much loot as you can. Oxa says, where I live is impossible to get. Oh, license in Europe. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know how it compares to the United States, but I know it's much more difficult to get your license, say, in Japan than in the US. But I'm not sure of the difficulty level and or the difference in difficulty between the US and Europe. But back when I took mine, I had been given so much, you know, practice time that the actual driving part wasn't a big deal. It was just more so studying what the road signs meant and stuff like that. Kale says, scream the word George? Why is that, Kale? What is that in reference to? The Arabian name, for the Arabic name. Is there something you would prefer me to call you by? Because I feel bad when I see something in different font that I can read. So it says, I love you. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. Alright, so we have the jewel. We're going to take off. But is there a name you prefer me to call you? The YouTube user with the Arabic name. Jordan says, no, Qyune, what happened? Ah, Jordan, we died. At 77, we got hit by a death bolt. So we are working our way back there. We're definitely not going to get as far as we got the first time before the Ironman race comes about, but that's okay. I think what it's going to be is just a nice change of pace for leveling. So that'll help us avoid any sort of fatigue we might get. So it's not a big deal at all. Like I said, kind of trying to recover from the Ironman challenge is whole part of it as well. A significant part of it, just because it does take the wind out of yourselves. So, well, we got two right beside each other. Nice. I think we'll use this chance to hearth back. And actually, no, we need to run back. The reason being is that we're going to go into a cave here in the next 10 minutes or so. So, I'd rather run back from here than run back from the bottom of a cave. Chaos says nothing, just do it. I can say George, but I think I might blow out some headphones or whatnot if I shout, so we'll avoid that as much as possible. Virgil Lanos, thank you for the subscription and welcome to the stream. Good morning. This is our 5th attempt. I haven't put up the rules in a while, so if anyone's unfamiliar with them, I don't mind doing that. Jay says, I watched the death. It was instant. Yeah, it was. Like I said, the item that we use to reflect the death bolt has a 10-second cooldown. When I saw that, for some odd reason, I just wasn't 100% focused on that quest, which again is 100% my fault. But I wasn't focused on that quest, so when I saw the 10-second cooldown, I was like, all right, well, I'll just pop this and keep it up, and we'll be on our way. But I think it fell off right toward the end of his cast, and that ended it for us. So, like I said, not a big deal. I enjoy the Ironman challenge quite a bit, so we'll do this as long as it takes. I might outlast some of the viewers as far as watching and participating, but that's okay. We'll all be here when we hit 110 eventually. H says they need to start a taking license here in Colorado. What is that? H? Taking license? Oh, start taking. I thought you were saying in reference. Yeah, that's sometimes I think a lot of people who have a license should take the test again, just to kind of refresh on some of the stuff. I'm surprised, honestly. I know a lot of viewers are from around the world, so I apologize, this might not apply to you, but in the US, on highways, interstates, the fast lane is your left lane. It's also, we drive on the right hand side of the road, but your slower traffic is supposed to sit more so to the right, but for some reason there's just a lot of people who are not aware of that. So that by itself, I think, generates a lot of traffic when you have what is it called? I think it's an Australian term when I say this, so correct me if I'm wrong. Jack, thank you for the subscription. Welcome to the stream. Good morning. So correct me if I'm wrong for those of you who are from Australia, but is it called elephant racing when two 18-wheelers take like miles to pass each other and they just kind of are both doing below the speed limit? I don't know if that was an Australian term or not. Jay says, H says, I was just hit by a driver Thursday with no insurance. Oh wow, I'm sorry, AH. Is your insurance going to cover that for you? That's rough. I have had that experience, so that is rough. Was it bad? You gonna be alright? Jay says 600. Oh wow, thank you guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's exciting. We've been getting a massive subscriptions and likes here recently, so thank you guys very much for that. I appreciate that. like I said, the chat is what's made this much more enjoyable for me than anything else. Addie, thank you for the subscription as well. Good morning. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. We are on our 5th attempt of the Ironman challenge, and we are going to do a Night Elf Hunter until we get there. Is he up? Nice. Perfect. Let me go ahead and kill this guy. So do that. This guy has fortunately died a little bit faster now that we're level 9. So we won't have to worry about pulling as much. Use your seeds. Thank you, Jennifer. You got my back there. I appreciate that. That's fine. Let's go ahead and use our seeds. Awesome. Thank you. You know, you must have seen me do this quest the past 2 times. Every time we've done this quest, I've cleared out half the cave before figuring out that I needed to use my seeds. So thank you once again. That's kind of funny. All right, so we need to go this direction. If I can keep up with chat, you guys saved me 9 times out of 10. It says, Gratsman 600, thank you, sir. It says, yeah, I'm covered and not hurt. Well, that's good to hear. Like I said, I've been in that situation before, and mine wasn't bad. It was just a fender bender, and I had a couple of scratches, and I was just like, you know what? Don't worry about it. We'll just call it a bad experience, but not blow it up more than it is. Let's see. Oxy says, I started my internet content creation as a streamer. It's really enjoyable when people chat and everything is in good standing. Yeah, like I said, I thank you guys very much for being a part of this. This is a lot of fun as it is, but it's even more so. I look forward to it every morning, getting up and talking with you guys and talking about what's new in Warcraft, and the unfortunate days when we have to start this from level 1. I wouldn't say unfortunate. It's all part of the experience, but we definitely want to be back in Pandaria as soon as possible. We'll make it up once we get to with the Warlock race. Alright, so with that, alright, we've used the item. I'm going to go ahead and just kill the guys if they pop back up, just because that's free XP. Hey, Addie says, hello, good morning, Addie. What are you doing, or what are you going to achieve if you complete the Ironman challenge? Pretty much nothing. It's just more so for bragging rights. I'll go ahead and put the Ironman. Whoops, sorry about that. I'll put the Ironman rules up right there. But for those who are new to the stream, it's going from level 1 to 110 with the worst gear in the game, white and gray quality items, and doing so without dying, without grouping with anyone, including dungeons, raids, battlegrounds. Not using any sort of XP potion, or sorry, leveling boosting activity, as well as any sort of potions or flask or pet battle leveling. So just a real basic, about as immersive as possible kind of leveling experience. Jennifer says, bragging rights, Addie, bragging rights. Yeah, pretty much. Just to be able to say you've done it, to kind of give you a perspective of the difficulty level. As of a week or 2 ago, I think it's still accurate. There's only been 20 people who've made it to 110 on the Ironman challenge, and I think there's been only 1 person who's made it there on the Bloodthirsty challenge. So there's that. Oxy says, who are those you are racing against? Friends or just some that jumped in the challenge after you started streaming? Yeah, honestly, just everyone. No real life friends I don't think are participating, but there's quite a bit of YouTubers who are going to start doing it, and then a lot of people that are on my channel are doing it as well. And if you guys are interested in doing the Ironman challenge race in September, feel free to hop into Discord. That's Keithy's Discord. It's not mine. We'll start one here probably after the race. I don't want to have 2 separate Discords going up, so we'll start one after the race. But for now, we're going to use Keithy's, and if you guys just pop in there, let me know the name of your character in the realm, and I'll take care of it from there. And we'll just kind of track everyone's progression, and we'll do a daily update just like we do with the Ironman YouTubers at the moment. So, yeah. Short answer is anyone who wants to join is more than welcome to do so. For those who are unfamiliar with the race in September, there's 2 rares here. There's one right around here, and then there's one up here. So we're going to try to knock those 2 guys out real quick. But anyone can join, and the race is two parts. One is your lowest play time to level 60. And then the other one is, what do you want to call it? The highest level you have by the end of the month. So the race is from September 1st to September 30th. Jennifer says, you can talk to the lady on the cat in the end if you don't want to run to the barrow. Oh, okay. Thank you, Jennifer. No, the reason we're running is just because there's 2 rares here. There's one in this cave, and then we're going to check the one that's across the road. And that just gives us a chance to get more greens to sell in the future. So, because usually what I do is after the stream is I'll throw the green items on the auction house, and we'll go from there. That way I don't have to work my way into. Whoops, let's go ahead and work my way into the auction house every single time. I think we can just take the hit from this guy. It's not a big deal. The Cairo. It's Cairo. I think Cairo. If I'm saying that right. Good morning. Thank you for a subscription, and welcome to the stream. Alright, so there's our first green item. And we'll just go ahead and put that somewhere safe, and then we'll run up the hill here. How's your morning going, by the way, Cairo? H says, I don't have the stones for the challenge. Honestly, it's, you know, when I first did the attempt, I thought it was going to be really grueling, really grindy, but it's not that bad. In all honesty, it's very immersive, and it just changes the dynamic of questing altogether. You know, rather than going in there with heirloom gear and going in with guns blazing and whatnot, you're considering all the dangers, or you're supposed to be, like I didn't do when I fought the guy with the death bolt. That's kind of where what do you want to say? Doing this several attempts has its own disadvantage in the sense that you get a little bit careless sometimes, and that was one that bit us back really quick. So it's all good. Live and learn, right? Only says most of the Ironman challenge is patience, which is 110% accuracy there. No one in zones and cough reading the quest instructions. Yep, you're right. Only is 100% right there. And that's the thing is, if you're not aware of it, there is a quest, spreadsheet that have dangerous quests for each zone. I didn't find that in time. I did look for it, if that makes you feel any better only. But we'll go ahead and kill this guy. There is that available to you, so just to kind of give you, if you don't have any experience, say if you're leveling on the horde side, we will definitely use that when we're leveling on the horde side. And I'll download that thing today, actually, to be honest. And that should help you a lot more and kind of make up for the lack of experience that anyone has in questing in general. But with that, let's go ahead, and this rare should be at the end of this path here. Yep, there he is. But that is kind of funny only. Yeah, I feel like you're somewhat annoyed at me, so I hope not. But yep, I apologize for dying, guys. I did feel bad about that. I feel like we put in a decent amount of time, so for those who are disappointed, I do apologize. Alex says, hey Qyune, congrats on 600 subs. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. And thank you guys, more so than anything else. Like I said, I've learned more from you than I think anyone's learned from me. So, level 10. So yeah, thank you guys. Hopefully we'll make it to 110 this time. But honestly, the Ironman, we'll be doing this for a long time. Not necessarily just the fact we're going to be doing the hunter over and over, but You know, once we do the Ironman challenge race, we'll still have the melee version, which is going to be our rogue, and then we have the horde side, which I think is going to be a druid. So, and if there's any other suggestions, I'll do that as well. I've actually really enjoyed this quite a bit, but we did get kill command, so that's nice. What is this? Dismiss pet. There we go. Excuse me. Kara says, "Hey, I'm fine, thanks. And you?" We're doing good. Despite the fact that this is our 5th attempt, we have made it to level 10, so I haven't had too many close calls. We got a lot of bags this time around. What is this? This is a 6-slot bag, so there we go. Just so my OCD is satisfied. So we'll end up going into this cave here and pretty much kill everything we see. William says, "Damn, how did you die? I never realized." William, oh, and this is something good that we can talk about. All my previous streams I've managed to timestamp, so you know, I understand that nobody wants to watch someone's old 3 or 4 12-hour stream. So I've gone through and I'll highlight all the close calls and the deaths, as well as the leveling experience. So everything is up to date, up to Saturday's video. So I have done that. If you want to see where I've died, or you know, if there's a quest that I do in Kalimdor that you're maybe stuck at or concerned about, it's probably in there as well. So feel free to look at those, and hopefully they help you out a little bit. I know Minge has used them quite a bit from what she said. Only says, "Alas, the spreadsheet is heavily tilted to Alliance. Night Elf skews the whole Iron population to Alliance." Yes. So if you're new, I do recommend using a Night Elf just because the Shadow Meld ability is very strong. You know, it's essentially every Night Elf has a feigned death. The downside is sometimes it can fail, sometimes mobs still see you, and it's even less advantageous if you're melee because you know, a lot of times when you're melee, you run up to where the mob is. So if you go into a Shadow Meld, the mob just resets, and then if you're too close, it's going to see you anyway. So for my Bloodthirsty Ironman, I've chosen to pick a Drawn Eye just for the healing aspect of it. Asher says, let's see, whoops, Parking says, "I have to go." Alright, Parking, you have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow. Not tomorrow, we'll see you Wednesday, because servers are going down tomorrow. Let's go ahead and break this guy down here. Sneaky says, "Hello, Qyune. How are you after the death bolt?" We're doing alright. We're doing good. Like I said, it's and a little bit to what Only was saying. The Ironman challenge is patience, but it's also just kind of having the nerves to get right back into it and not let it get you down too much, because it does take the wind out of your sails a little bit when you die. But we're doing well. We're not doing bad at all. I think there might be an item down here we need. Let's see. Asher says, "When the snow falls and white winds blow, the lone wolf dies, but the pack survives." Nice. And then Sneaky says, nope. Oxy says, "I really dislike the Night Elf area. Probably from 30. Really? You know, honestly, for me, I think the Night Elves, that's part of the reason Night Elf is my favorite. Just because of the architecture, the zones, you know, that jungle, not jungle, maybe foresty, like, style of architecture and aesthetic, as well as the music in the background. So I like that more so than the other zones. Orc's not too bad if I had to pick a horde side. Orc has that more warlike feel to it. Sal says, "Good morning." Good morning, Sal. How are you doing? Welcome back. We are all of level 10 here. And I'm gonna let this guy get a little bit closer. How's your morning going so far, Sal? Oxy says, "The quest you're on now, I hate with a passion. Also, Ashenvale is horrible." Really? Ashenvale is, I'd have to say Ashenvale is probably my favorite zone. That's funny. It's interesting to see everyone's. So just out of curiosity, Oxid, I think it's Oxid, right? what is your favorite zone? Because like I said, Night Elf or Astral Veil is actually my favorite, but William says, will do. I have a hunter that I'm doing it on very slowly, but I'm getting there. Nice, Williams. What level are you? Only says you can catch up to Ship to Stormwind at about level 5 or so. Oh, to head toward the Eastern Kingdoms? Yeah. Yeah, so if you make a Night Elf and you head toward the Eastern Kingdoms, you probably want to level up to 5 just to be able to start getting the quest in Elwyn Forest if you want. Jennifer says, Teldrassil is so beautiful. The main reason I moved my gnome from Donmara to Teldrassil. Yeah, like I said, this is my favorite, and honestly just a personal preference, so kind of curious what Oxid's favorite is, to be honest. Let's go ahead and, oh, we can't silence. We can't silence for another 22 levels. Asher says, pre-cat Dark Shore was amazing. I agree. I really like that. It's changed a bit due to the Cataclysm event, but that was one of the more memorable zones when I started leveling way back when. Alright, so with that, grab this item here. Dante, thank you for the subscription and welcome to the stream. Good morning. We are working our way through the caves here. I think there's one at the very bottom. Might not be. I should know since this is my 5th go at it. Let's see. William says my Ironman is level 13 currently. Nice. So I try to just kind of keep a mental note. So was William Bowie. But yeah, if you guys are doing the September race, I'm just writing down how people would level and if they're doing Ironman challenge on their own. But if you want to be a part of the September race, feel free to join the Discord in the description and enter the name and realm of your character, and we'll take it from there. Asher says, congrats on 600 subs. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Honestly, thank you guys more than anything. We are officially over the 600 mark, so thank you very much. Honestly, I'm kind of flattered. I don't know what to say other than thank you. So I hope that's enough for those who've been a part of that. But thank you very much. I am genuinely appreciative of that. Especially with as fun as it's made the Ironman challenge in the meantime. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and take this cave back up. I think we just need one more item here. And we still haven't gotten our voodoo item. I think we need to kill a shaman for that. Carnex says hello. Hello, Carnex. Good morning. How are you doing? We are doing pretty well over here. Like I said, just trying to find a shaman at this point in time. I think it might be up here. Yeah, I think so. Like I said, we need to still find a shaman though. Those are had a little bit of bad luck as far as getting that voodoo idol to drop. Oxy says my favorite has to be Grizzly Hills. Really? You like Grizzly Hills, but you don't like Astral Veil. That's surprising. I guess the background music's different, but the zones are relatively similar. I think the Grizzly Hills has a little bit more of a mountainous aspect to it. Alright, so there's the shaman. We need to start hunting here. Oh, we got a chest. So if you guys do see a chest, I do highly recommend fighting your way to it. 9 times out of 10, it's going to give you a blue item. It didn't that time for us just because we're so low level. But that reminds me, I need to update my chat here with XP so I can actually see what I'm getting. But the chests give you about a quest equivalent's worth, and then once you get into higher levels they give you a blue item, so it's definitely worth doing. Man, I am really surprised that the shamans haven't dropped that item yet. Daniel says, hey man, what's going on, Daniel? Good morning. How are you doing? And William says, what is the September race? So, William, in September, me, a couple other YouTubers who stream, and a bunch of people who don't stream are all participating in a Warlock only race from September 1st to September 30th. And it has two legs of the race. One, oh good, we finally got the doll. One is your fastest 0 to 60 time, and 2 is your highest level within the course of that month. You don't have to start on September 1st by any means, but you know, sometimes there's going to be a lot of deaths. So let's see, we need to use this on Rage Claw Spirit here. So it just gives, having two legs of a race gives people the opportunity to join later in the month, or you know, because if you just have one, I think people who start earlier are going to have more advantage than those who would otherwise. Alright, so with that, but yeah, that's the race in a nutshell. I'll probably go over it in more detail as we're getting closer to it at the end of the stream, and then really go into detail a day or two before. And then naturally, of course, while we're doing the Warlock Challenge, I'll just kind of have that information available. Alright, so I think everything's done here, right? We just have to hearth back? Yeah, okay, perfect. So we'll do that. And I'll catch up with chat. Let's see. Oxy says, Asheville to me has been more of a shit show in most expansions. The quests are just, honestly, I don't know if you're playing the Horde side or Alliance Oxid, but like I said, I've always enjoyed the Asheville experience just because the questing is a little bit more condensed. Yeah, I don't have really any complaints. Oh, my inventory's full. Okay. Sell stuff here. We'll get rid of a few items. I like to turn in my quests before I start selling stuff, just because in these early stages of questing, some of these quest items you get can turn around and you know, be vendorable. So that being said, we do have an 8 slot bag, so I'll use that, and I guess we'll sell everything else. You know what, I'm gonna keep that bag just so I can throw it on the auction house a little bit later. Believe it or not, some people actually buy the little tiny bags. I don't know why, but I'm not going to be complaining about it. So let me go ahead and sell all this real quick. Set that aside. Did I just sell my bow? I think I did. No, I didn't. That's the one we don't need. Okay, no problem. There's our leggings. Alright, so with that, we are done here. I'm going to see if there's a quest available. No, we have to go kill this guy first real quick. Let's see. Only says realm doesn't matter as long as it's not PvP. One death ends the run even if it is a gank. Yes. So I'm a little behind chat. As always, when chat starts to pick up like this, I tend to try to be as responsive as possible to chat. So if there's something you definitely want me to answer, don't feel bad posting again, just not in a spammy kind of manner, obviously, but I do enjoy talking to you guys. So if there's something you want me to address and chat's going too fast, I'll be more than happy to do so. But Asher says, might try first Ironman challenge. Is there any add-ons to assist on it? Not really. Honestly, the website says not to have any sort of leveling add-ons, and from what I'm understanding, that might include Carbonite. Oh, there's level 11. So let's do a quick run. I have 53 silver, so we can buy the level 11 bow. So we're just going to do that real quick since it's right there. But it's going back toward the add-ons. I have my just UI add-ons because I use a mouse and a keyboard for buttons. But generally speaking, any add-ons that help you level, which I think only said a couple days ago that as long as it doesn't help you level, which I think kind of gives you a direction of maybe the most efficient path, most add-ons are okay. April says, congrats on 600 subs. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. And thank you for being a part of that, guys. Very appreciative of that. I hope my thank you doesn't become have a diminishing return of sorts, because I am very grateful for that, by the way. So we'll sell that. We'll switch to our level 11 weapon here. In the early stages, the more often you can upgrade your weapon, the better. It kind of, the benefit tapers off as you level up, and especially in Azeroth, I think for me, my highest level weapon is the BKP. I forget what number it is now, 41, 36, 37, but the BKP gun. Wolf Gamer, thank you for the subscription. Welcome to the stream. And how is your morning going? It's still morning enough to say good morning. But yeah, like I was saying, the BKP gun, the earliest level we can use it is 31, and then we don't get an upgrade until 60. And I think that includes even the gray guns. So just try to upgrade your gun as early as possible, but don't focus on it too much as you make your way into level 40 and whatnot. Only says, I like Elf UI, and let me go ahead and, there we go. I like its UI better. You're not allowed to use talents for the challenge, and the default UI with blink 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 telling you that your talents, yeah. So sometimes that bothers people where, if say for example, every time you level, this thing kind of lights up, and for me it's not a big deal. I just kind of close it out. Kind of gotten in the habit of doing that, but if it does bother you, only is highlighting the add-on that you could use. AH says, which server is your September race going to be on? Ah, shoot, that is a good question. What did I've already made the Warlock. I think it's on it's on an RP round, but I can't remember which one it was. I'll try to remind me to take a look at that when toward the end of today's stream. But yeah, I can't remember quite what that was. But we have made it already. I think I'm going to end up doing a Worgen and see if I can go Destruction to see if that works out well. William says, Ash asked earlier, how do you pronounce... Oh, Qyune. So it's one syllable. I know some people have asked if it's Qyune, Qyune. No, it's Qyune. So it's kind of like... I kind of did it to... I made this name back in Cataclysm. And, let me see, it's one syllable here. Kind of rhymes with rune, if that makes any sense. William says, I hope I have 274 add-ons. Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, that's way more than I have. Alright, so this rare hasn't respawned yet, unfortunately. Let's see if I can catch up here. And there's nice. Go ahead and take the loot from this guy, and off we go again. The other thing is that Goblin Gliders are allowed, so feel free to purchase those as soon as possible, especially if you're in Azeroth. The Beast asks, how do you start the Ironman challenge? Welcome to Beast. Good morning. Pretty much just start a character and level up. The website is wowchallenges.com. The rules are in the description. Once you're level 10, you can register on the website. If you want to be part of the Warlock race and have updates, you know, your progress kind of updated, go ahead and join the Discord channel. It's Keithy's Discord, but go ahead and join the channel. Go ahead and list out your name and your realm name, or your character name and your realm name, and we'll try to keep up to date on everyone as much as possible. Galax says, Queen Bruce attempted to pronounce the Qyune on her stream was almost legendary. That's funny. Yeah, no, that was fun. And I've seen it. She did actually really well, to be honest. And she had it at one point, but No, that was funny. It's I had one guy say it. I think we were in Discord one time, and he said it at least 6 different ways, and it's all good. It's just part of having those kinds of names. You know what I mean? Matthew Eastep says, "What level are you?" We are level 11 now. So hopefully by the end of today, we're about an hour and a half into the stream. So hopefully by the end of today, we'll probably be close to level, say, 17 or 18. That's usually what we get to, about the 3-hour mark. The reason I'm not using the chauffeur chopper, which makes it a lot faster, is that it's kind of noisy on the stream and it's a little bit less immersive. I might break it out for the Ironman challenge race, the one in September, but for now this is just kind of more immersive. It gives people a feel of, you know, this is your bare bones leveling experience, plus the chopper sounds like a chopper, you know what I mean? It's a little bit harder to listen to in the background the whole time. I'll probably just turn down the sound for that. Oops, let's go ahead and pick it up this quest. Turn down the sound or get an add-on, but for the Warlock version we'll probably use that that mount just so we can stay competitive to a certain extent. So with that, we need to go over here. I think once we finish up this portion of the quest, we'll have the access to the Moonwall quest over here. So I just need to remember to pick that up on my way back. William says, maybe Earthen Ring, that's the Iron Realm. I think that's right, actually, Williams. I think you're right there. Trying to remember. I can't remember where I made the Warlock. Only says, go to wowchallenges.com. Read the rules, make the new tune, and you're Ironman challenging. Pretty much. The WoW Challenges website pulls off the armory page, and I don't think the armory page really has any updates for your character until you hit level 10. So that is why I suggest just not worried about it till you're level 10 to register on the WoW Challenges website, unless of course you're unfamiliar with the rules. If that's the case, I would definitely stop by there first and at least briefly read through it. It's not a book by any means, but it kind of just gives you a general idea what to look out for, and they answer a lot of questions preemptively, so it's a good read. Asher says, even the slightest movement makes the thing roar. Yeah. So like I said, I think the easy way around that is just to turn off the sound of the game in the background, so that's probably what we'll do in September. Oh, okay. He's got to do his RP. Now give me a chance to catch up. Blood says, did you die? Yes, Blood. We did die. We got death bolted. So, like I said, that's for those who saw the thumbnail, that's why the 5 is up. This is our 5th attempt. So it looks like we're above 70 as far as the streaming goes. So let me go ahead and put up the rules for those who are new to the channel, maybe unfamiliar with the Ironman challenge, while I pick up these quests. Essentially, it's just leveling from 1 to 110 with white quality or gray quality gear without dying a single time and without grouping with anyone for any reason. I guess we'll go ahead and start working this direction. Actually, let's go this way just for the off chance we might see that rare pop back up. So I'll leave that up for another 30 seconds. If I leave it up too long, let me know. Try to take it back down. H says, have you failed Ironman from any reasons besides death? No. And that's actually a good point. If you accidentally equip a higher quality item than white, say for example you get a quest item, it goes in your bag, you accidentally click on it and equip it, even if you've never killed a mob with it on, or even if it's on for only 2 seconds, let's see, let's go ahead and kill that. It will flag your account just like a death would. So that's kind of the important thing with regards to the gear rule, is you definitely don't want to. I try not to open my bags unless I'm selling something, just so I avoid that scenario altogether. Alright, so with that, Kill this guy over here real quick, and we'll take down the rules just so it's not blocking all of the gameplay. Sneaky says, Qyune, does it count if you do Ironman with friends? No, sir. Like I said, you cannot group with anyone, whether it's a normal group or with a raid. And the kind of the other way they track that is that your kill count ratio has to be above 75%. So that just kind of prevents people from, you know, having a high level carry them and stuff like that. So no, the essence of the Ironman challenge is to do it alone. You can join a guild, you know, if there is that social aspect you're looking for. But when it comes to the actual just gameplay and whatnot, you definitely don't want to group with anyone for any reason. And the 75% rule just kind of makes sure there's no one outside of your group giving some people an unfair advantage over others. Let's see. Sneaky says, I think it's more fun, although you don't have to be in a party with anyone. It is, and you know, they do mention that it's more fun to do that with friends, but it does take away and minimize the impact of the reward of making it to the max level with your character and doing it on your own. So I think that's why they kind of have that rule. Only says it's a solo challenge, though some do Ironman like challenge with a group of 2 for fun. Not official Ironman, but yeah, and yeah, pretty much only said that perfect. If you want it to be officially Ironman, you have to do it on your own. But if you just want to see if you and a friend can get up there to max level, by all means go for it. It's not really, oh, there we go, level 12. It's not really official at that point, but you know, if that's what you enjoy more, then who cares? You know, play the style that you enjoy best. We're going to go ahead and knock this guy out and start remembering to use our dire beast here. Asher says, sorry for the large block of text. Oh, there we go. Does anyone know the name of the item that changes accepting quests into mini RP event? I do not. Moody says, morning Qyune, sorry to have been late the past couple days. I lost a lot of sleep last week due to family issues, so I've been trying to catch back up. Nope, it's all good, Moody. Welcome back to the stream. At least you're back on the morning schedule, right? Good morning, welcome back. Let's see, I do know we need to stop by the Moonwell over here to pick up this quest. And I need to... hopefully it pops up here pretty soon. There we go. The first couple times we missed it, but once, if you're a night elf and you're leveling in the area, once you complete the quest we just completed, this quest becomes available, so you can grab that. It becomes available as low as level 10, maybe, I think. So with that, we have quest here, one here, and then this one over here, which generally we walk to at this point. Go to someone that says at Asher, immersion or storyline. Thank you, sir. And welcome to the stream, Gouda. I think that's the first time I've seen your name. If not, I apologize, but thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I had no idea. Only says Asher said, yep, storyline. So the storyline add-on evidently is the one that makes it more immersive. And Mustafa, thank you for the subscription and welcome to the stream. I like the name. Let's see. We're just going to run down the road here. We have this quest to turn in where we're going to kind of kill the bog-like looking creatures and take their tumors. Asher says, thanks guys. Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate the help. Joseph says, hit tab, gotcha. Hey, says, when you play horror, do you wear a red shirt and headset? You know, that's a good point. That's a good question. Maybe I'll have to switch to a my red shirts whenever I play on the horde side. That's kind of funny. I didn't even think of that. So I guess I am in the Alliance attire. Nah. Should we run up there and kill the rare? I got an idea. We'll run down here. And if this one's up, the other one's probably up. So we'll just take a quick look since we're going this direction anyway. Like I said, the chance to get a green is just helpful. Just because your RP servers, there we go. have a good chance to purchase your low level weapons. Weapons and gear, should I say. And easy enough. And that is green bracers. Nice. Alright, so I guess with that, we'll go ahead and kill the guy on the other side, because I think those two share the same timer, I believe. Ashes. Okay. Yeah, so for, let's see, we have 7.3 coming out, so we'll go ahead and cover that a little bit while I go outside of the quest line. So 7.3 is a little bit of a catch-up patch for those who are unfamiliar. It's a good way to, honestly, it's a good time to start Legion if you haven't. I know there's a lot of people who are apprehensive about it, but there's a lot of catch-up mechanics in it, being that if you get to max level, your artifact knowledge is now, the learning of your artifact knowledge is now automatic, and everybody's going to start at 41. And I guess as you level, you know, if you come in after the 41 has passed and it's now 42, I think you're leveled up to 42. Might be wrong, but I think that's right. There's going to be a new raid in the next 2 or 3 months if we're following the normal layout, as they have released content in this expansion. But you have a bunch more pets. You have scenarios where we're going to knock out the Legion invasion in other worlds, which is kind of cool. Tiago says stop tying. I'm trying. I got hit by the death bolt yesterday, so we'll get there. We'll get there. That's funny. That's Grimaw there. I guess we'll kill him first real quick. Forlow says Qyune is the Bob Ross of YouTube. That's funny. Yeah, I keep hearing that. Hopefully that's a good thing. I don't mind Bob Ross. Alright, so with that we have the patch. Unfortunately, not all of the rares drop green items, so sometimes your little bags will sell as well. But that's kind of funny. Bob Ross of the YouTube. With that, I think with the only other rare we have that we haven't messed with is going to be right about here. So we'll go find him first, and then we'll kill the tumors. Just because the reason I try to kill the rares first at this level is, one, they're much more beneficial at the lower levels than the later levels, but also if we kill them early, we just have a chance of coming back around the second time and getting to kill them again for the extra XP as well as a chance of loot. So that is the idea behind going out of our way to kill them first. Felix says, is he level 12 now? Yes sir, we are about a quarter of the way into level 12. He says Bob Ross is awesome. Yeah, I've always enjoyed his material, so I'm glad that's the association rather than something else. So I'll take that as a compliment. Ashley says Bob Ross is a legend, so I guess that makes you one too. We'll see. Maybe we'll discuss the title of legend once we make it to 110. I think there's like I said, there's 20 people who've made it to 110, but I think there's one guy who's done it twice. I'm not 100% sure. I have to go back through and look at the names, but I think there's one guy who's done it twice. Alright, so with that, like I said, we'll come and turn those quests in, or knock out these guys real quick. We're going to go knock out the rare harpy just so we can have a chance of killing her twice before we leave. I doubt we will, but just for the off chance we'll do it. Diago says, I arrived yesterday at level 50 in the Ironman challenge. Nice. What kind of or what class are you playing, Diago? Go ahead and kill these guys just for nothing else, just the free XP. And I'm going to, Diago is level 50. There we go. I don't have to heal a Sam just yet. That's going to come probably level 13, I believe. We can min pet and then it's just kind of an active part of my muscle memory. Alright, so we're going to see if we can find this guy over here. Although it says it's the way Qyune explains things, then has a soft voice and is happy. Yeah, you know, like I said, I really enjoy the Ironman process and the leveling experience. It's about as close as you can get to the vanilla days. Obviously, it's not as difficult, but it is more immersive and it's just fun to do. Plus, in talking with everyone in chat, I learn about the lore a lot more. I've been trying to actually pick up that and watch more of the lore videos. That way we can kind of talk about the history of the zone and go into detail of why we're doing what we're doing, whether that's on the Ironman challenge or if it's you know, current content. So let me go ahead and kill these guys first. Probably going a little bit farther out of my way than I need to, but it's all good. There's no rush. We'll have to take a break in September from the hunter anyway, so it's no big deal. H says it's not the hair. Yeah, that's the truth. Bob Ross had some epic hair going on, that's for sure. Let's see, I think the rare goes in this general direction. Just so these guys don't sneak up on us. They are kind of level 8 and 9, so I'm not too incredibly worried about them. I think that's her right there. Yep, perfect. Shadowstorm says, never died, also known as various Deerdraven, has 5 110s. Really? Good grief. That's insane. Feel even worse for dying now. That's quite the skill set. I'm gonna have to take this one a lot more serious this time around. If he's already at 5, that's insane. Alright, so we'll go ahead and turn these in real quick. Diago says, started the Ironman challenge because of you. Well, thank you, Diago. I appreciate that. Oh, you're doing a hunter. Gotcha. Yeah, I try to keep up with everyone's leveling process as much as possible. But if I do forget, I do apologize in advance. Alright, so with that, we have 2 quests here. I guess we'll just kind of work straight across and make a circle. We'll come back to these guys. The tumor kind of just has us go up and down the river, so there's no real reason to go right back to those guys, that guy just yet. But we'll grab the quest from this tree over here. And also kill more harpies. TMD says, thanks for the storyline shout out. Looks like a great mod. Tried immersion, but was kind of meh for me. Yeah, like I said, I've never done either one of those. I've heard it's pretty good. From everyone that's tried it, I've only heard good things about it. So, yeah, if you're interested in that style of quest manner or questing manner and outlook, feel free to check out that add-on. I guess we'll go ahead and kill all these guys here. They're a little densely packed, but we have them by a couple levels, so it's not a big deal. Shadowstorm says he was one of the original Ironman back when it was originally in Canada, I think. Oh, okay. Yeah, that name was the one that sounded familiar, so I didn't know he had 5 though. That's insane. Alright, with that, let's go ahead and drop a few items here. Preferably the ones that only give me, what, 1 copper? Or 10 copper? Just so we have room to be able to... Oops. Just cleaning this up real quick. There we go. Alright. And keep on pushing. I didn't pick up the quest? Oh, it gives me a quest item, that's why. Lucas says, try Ironman challenge on vanilla. Honestly, if they do legacy servers, Lucas will probably do that. You just can't find tombstones. I do. Unfortunately, we do. So, maybe in the... Hopefully, we can get it on this one. I'm really hoping we do. I think with that list of quests that's available on the Warcraft Challenges website, that we'll be able to do that. So we'll get there. It's the process that's enjoyable. I'm going to go ahead and clear this guy out here. Comic says, I just love how fast your channel is growing, Qyune. I think you're around 233 subs when I found you, and that wasn't too long ago. Yeah, we've been growing really fast, so thank you guys for that very much. And once again, thank you for the wave of subscriptions as well as likes this morning. I appreciate that. I try not to, as much as possible, try not to be one of those channels that tries to ask everyone for subs and likes every 5 minutes. So instead, I'll just tell you guys that I'm appreciative of it, and we'll kind of stick with the Warcraft and Ironman discussion as much as possible. But no, I do appreciate that. Thank you. Alright, so we need to drop this to be able to pick up. It doesn't matter. Alright, so with that, do we have any other quests we need to do? We could knock this out while we're over here. I don't think that other quest has any follow-ups. I could be wrong. KMG says, my thinking is if Ironman is all about questing, might as well enjoy reading the story, but then again, not everyone would like to see you reading stuff. You know, KMG, Shepu, I have his channel linked in the description. He reads his quests out loud, and you know, it makes it a lot slower, but if you want that immersion feeling, it's definitely a good way to do so. Honestly speaking, if you do the Ironman slow like that, you know, I'm kind of saying quote-unquote slow, you probably have a better chance of surviving, just because reading the quests a lot of times allows you to skip a lot of the blunders that you would make, you know, not reading it and just going in there and assuming that you know what you need to do. So yeah, by all means, I would say if that's the style you want to do the Ironman challenge, I'd probably encourage you to go that route more so than the other route. Like we were saying earlier, the Ironman challenge is more about patience than speed. So I'll take care of trying to do this as quickly as possible, and you just kind of take care of the immersion side and enjoying the questing and leveling process. Let's see, Razor said, what's up, dude? What's going on, Razor? Did we die again? Yeah, we got death bolted not yesterday, but Saturday. So we did die again. It's all good. We'll do this as many times as it takes. Let's see, Calix says people will talk about us at For the Lowest. I think you guys are going back and forth. Oh, chaotic For the Lowest, so we meet again. Nice. Yep. And they all don't already. It's kind of funny. The it's kind of interesting, especially, you know, being new to streaming myself. I think I guess this is going to be our 8th week, so about 2 months of doing this. It is kind of neat to get to know all the different people and have met everyone that's kind of part of the Ironman challenge in general. So it's neat to see who you run into and how everybody interacts with each other. So I've enjoyed the streaming process quite a bit. I think we need to dip this item in here real quick. Alright, so with that, you know what, I think we missed an escort quest over here in the corner, so I'll turn these in real quick and then we'll go grab that quest. We happened to come across it last time. And there we go, level 13. So we'll take this stuff out the way, put our feed pet there and move that, and off we go. And I don't know why that was tagged on Qyune there, or on Sam. There we go. But yeah, let's go find the escort quest. We'll save him and then we'll come right back and take off. I thought that was in a different location, but I think it's all this way, kind of tucked away into a corner over here. Furlough says, I'm the mod of every channel I join. I will take over the YouTube. Nice. Yeah, like I said, we'll start that come September. So that way, as the channel has become more and more popular, we just had a little bit more, more and more trolls than I can deal with directly. You know, I get to them, but sometimes I'm behind a little bit, so this just kind of helped that out. But I'm still very grateful for the growth of this channel so far. It's been very fun. Alright, so we need to figure out where there he is. So this is your escort quest. And with that, just as I said, I just started Ironman challenge here. Character Lena, nice. Now, are you doing the Justin? Are you doing the September race, or are you just doing one on your own, a normal one, I suppose, if there is such thing as a normal Ironman? God, it says I am out of just 2 channels to what I remember. Hey, it says Q, do you use a MMO mouse or you go regular? I have a Red Dragon mouse, so it has all 12 buttons on the side. So that's kind of why these buttons are in this style. That indicates my mouse. And I think this guy just follows me. Okay, that's nice. But yeah, I think mine's Red Dragon. Yes, it is. Kenji says, well, to be honest, wouldn't request that loud if I was streaming. I was referring to playing. Let me see if I can point in the right direction here. Playing more for your own immersion, plus some risk is always exciting, isn't it? As some quests can be confusing. Yeah, the bad thing about risk though is sometimes it's a one-shot mechanic, so oh, it's time, that's why. So the risk there is if you get that one mechanic wrong, it'll just instantly kill you, so there's not too much recovery. I think we need to drop this guy off right here. Yep, perfect. Alright, so with that, I think this quest icon is off a little bit. There we go, yeah it is. Inventory is full. We'll drop something that's really cheap. Perfect. My game online says, oh, see, yeah, we'll eventually get to where we're blocking that. There we go. Chaotic says ban the Mafia bot. Yeah, like I said, that's why we're gonna have mods here on September 1st, just so you guys see that a lot faster than I do. So it's okay. It's all expected. It comes with the territory. Jennifer says, wait, what? I've never heard of that quest before. Where did it start? Sorry, I was looking at something else when you started it. Jennifer, it started like right around this little corner. And it's just a kind of your first introduction to escort quest, I think, and it follows you. So that's the benefit of that one. You don't have to actually chase that one into a herd of mobs. Oxa says you can have 5 on your person though. Oh, okay, you're talking about number of pets. Yeah. Yeah, so you can actually have quite a bit more. I want to say the number is 40 maybe. But you have to put them all in a stable, but at any time you can switch them out and, like Oxa said, have 5 at any given time. Slowly making our way over here. Hey, it says, can you, fail Ironman for equipping certain bags? No, sir. Bags, tabards, and shirts, you can have any quality. So if you start to get enough gold where you can purchase, you know, higher quality shirts, then you feel free to do so. Now, when it comes to switching them out, I don't think it's going to trigger a red flag, but I've kind of been a little bit more reserved when it comes to switching out stuff, just because there's a chance that if you do that too much, and there's certain items that'll flag your account. Let's go ahead and turn this in real quick. There are certain quests that'll flag your account. Not certain quests, certain activity. So you can have an item, say, I don't know, they listed on the Warcraft website, but not Warcraft, WoW Challenges website, but if you switch it on and off a couple times or switch it out with something, it can flag your account. So just kind of be careful doing that. Let's see, Jennifer says, gotcha. I should have to go back and look at it. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Once you get into the area, it kind of clears itself out, and like I said, all you have to do is turn around and run back out, and it's not too big of an issue. At least you're leading them instead of him leading you into a bunch of mobs. How's the game says, what's your favorite class, Moon? Mine's currently DK Frost. Actually, mine's the same. That's what I main. I have an off spec as a Blood DK. It's been nerfed a little bit since Legion, but I still enjoy it quite a bit. I actually need to start doing mythics here pretty soon. We might do that in our afternoon content once that gets rolling, but yeah, Frost DK is for me. I think the Hunter's probably a close second. That's why it's so easy to switch back to Hunter and do this, but I like the Frost DK generally speaking. Now with that, let's see. KMG says, oh yeah, I was thinking about one-shot stuff. For example, when your Light's Wrath hits a 6 million crit on a mob with reflects, good thing you're not a priest. Yeah, exactly. We might be doing a priest here pretty soon. I say pretty soon. It's maybe on the Horde side. I was looking at a Reddit post the other day. I think the least played class combination is a Tauren Priest. Someone had posted, so there's that. We might do that just to be a part of the minority there. I'm hoping there's a vendor here. If not, we have 2 reasons to run into Dalaran. Oh, there is. Nice. So we'll do that. Let me turn in this quest. That way we can sell everything. Alright, so that's done. And here we go. So we're just going to get rid of pretty much everything. Oh. No, that's right. We'll end up getting a whole set here in Darnassus. So there's no reason to worry about keeping anything. Alright, so we have the heart. Stick that there. And then we'll go do this quest. It says, what's your DK's eye level? I think it's either 910 or 912. So I could probably get into a normal if I wanted. A normal, maybe even. KG says, or KG just subscribed. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the subscription. And welcome to the stream. And good morning as well. So the DK is 910 or 912, and turn this in real quick. There we go. And we'll head south. So I think I could have the eye level to get into a heroic, but I'll probably do normal just so I learn the fight mechanics first. Just rather not be the player who's holding up the group because he can't move or doesn't know when to move. So we'll do that. I think I'll start with normal. Plus, I need to get my rotation down with the update coming to DKs in 7.3. It shouldn't change too much, but just in case. As it says, I mean, see, actually says just no one plays them anymore. Stop playing and Miss Pandaria and sort of played in Draenor back in Legion. Honestly, has a PMG, thank you for the subscription as well. Welcome to the stream. We are level, what are we at level? 13. We're about 60% into 13. But no, going back to Warcraft in general, I would say before Legion, my favorite expansion was Miss Pandaria. I did just like everything that was evolved. I like the storylines, the pet battles and whatnot, but I I think Legion's probably been my favorite expansion, and it's not even over yet, so I've always recommended, if you want to give Warcraft a shot, now is probably the best time to do it. Just my 2 cents there. If I can make my way to the Moonwell here. KMG says good morning. Good morning, KMG. How's everything going on your end, by the way? Like I said, we're about 60% of the way in, and really don't need to do this quest, but we'll do it just for the sake of having completed it. Alright. So this one we pretty much run in all the way to the back and blow the guy up. Let me see which spells do what. Summons a beam, which heals us, and then this pulls everything to us, and then this blows us up. Okay. I want to see if I can avoid these guys. Looks like they're distracted with that. Let's see. As it says, yeah, you know, how's a lot of people stopped playing during Wrath of the Lich King, so I don't know. To me, I feel like if you enjoyed Wrath of the Lich King, you're probably going to enjoy Legion for the most part. You know, it's a little bit different of a game than it used to be, even in referencing Legion. Alright, so I guess we'll go ahead and drop a light here. Oh, right here. Pull everything in and then blow it up. Just so we don't have to deal with it too much. I think the light actually hurts these guys as well, so alright, so with that we'll kind of move on just so we can kill this guy in the back. And chat is picking up again, so I might miss something, but I'll catch back up with you guys here in a second. Kyle says, I love Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King, but Legion isn't too bad. Yeah, that's kind of my thoughts as well. Let's see if I can run all the way back here. Pull it in. And drop another light just to kind of keep our health up. And once we blow this guy up, we should be good to go. Make this just a little bit brighter. Andre says, hey, what's going on, Andre? Neil, welcome back. Good morning. How are you doing? Do you use this UI for every one of your tunes, or have you tried different UIs? Honestly, this is one I'm most familiar with. I'll go ahead and kill these guys as well, just so I don't have to deal with them later. But yeah, this UI is pretty much what I found and works best for me, and it kind of fits my overlay best too. So if I change my UI too much, I'd have to adjust the overlay. So I'm kind of set with this for the time being. So Oxid says, I've not had that much fun in Legion. Really, Oxid? That's surprising. Honestly, I've talked about it before in the stream, but too much farming makes it not as fun. I'm really glad the new Timeless though, so I can catch up. Yeah, so Oxid, I think if you don't like the farming in Legion, you will definitely not enjoy it in vanilla on a legacy server, because it's about 20 times worse. But I am excited about the, what is it, it's not Dauntless, what's the term for it now? It is similar to Timeless. So for those who are not up to date with the expansion, patch 7.3 is coming out tomorrow. So with that, if it's a lot more of an alt-friendly patch, so what's going to end up happening is when you go to Argus, that's what we're doing, by the way. We're leaving Azeroth, we're going to Argus, and that's essentially the island, Timeless Isle, for those who are familiar with that, but it's a whole planet for Legion. And you're going to be able to acquire what's called BOA token pieces, where say if you're questing and a plate BOE drops for you, if you're a warlock and you're questing and that plate token drops for you, you can mail it to your warrior, your DK, your paladin. So it's account bound. And once that's what happens with that is once you mail that piece of gear to them, you know, obviously they open the mail and grab the item, and then they instantly have access to 880 gear, and I think it might be able to proc, so that makes it even nicer. Alright, so with that, we are going to turn in this quest, and then we're heading toward Darnassus. Chaotic says, word of advice, Qyune, don't introduce gambling bot in chat, for Lowe's is addicted to them. You know, honestly, initially I said I'd open that up in, that is funny by the way, I saw Lowe's playing that in, I think, Queen's chat. But honestly, I think I might hold off before we introduce that into chat for a little bit longer, because I want to set it up so it's not as disrupted to chat. Because, you know, as it is right now, we you know, chat moves pretty quick, and if, you know, every other line is, you know, a exclamation point, say gamble, or some sort of currency check, it's just gonna, I think it's generally going to degrade the value of the chat. People aren't going to be as talking to each other, or talking to me as much. Alright, so with that, we'll put that there. So I'm going to hold off on putting it into the game, or putting it into the chat just yet, just because I kind of value the quality of chat we have right now, in the sense that, you know, we talk about Warcraft, we talk about Ironman, and honestly, for the duration of the 3 hours, and sometimes 5-6 hours, chat, how's the games? Thank you for the subscription. Chat generally is a, you know, higher quality than a lot of channels, just because we kind of keep it on subject, and it doesn't have as many of the little one-word posts that aren't contributing anything to chat, if that makes any sense. I really wasn't prepared to explain that, so I might have to go back and do that again. But I don't know. I want to keep the quality of chat as high as possible. Eric says, fresh start. What happened? What's going on, Eric? Good morning. And Monk. What's that, Monk? Monk, thank you for the subscription and welcome to the stream. Thank you guys once again for the wave of subscriptions and likes today. I appreciate that. We are going to turn in this stuff, and I think we're going to just buy, or try not to open this until I make it to a vendor, but buy the next bow we need, as well as the other gear. So let's go ahead and sell everything here. And I don't know if we need that heart, but let's see if we can find that bow for the future. Level 16 bow is 57 silver, so we'll buy that and tuck it away somewhere safe so we don't accidentally sell it. And then how much do we have? Enough to buy our armor set here, if I can find them? Maybe not. Let's see how good my math is. Jack, thank you for the subscription, and welcome to the stream. Good morning. KMG says, saw that was 7K got one-shotted by a one-shotter for 13. Let's see. Yep. And Sholazar Basin, Deathbolt. So if you guys are out there, kind of watch out for that. That's going to put us at 36. I don't think we're going to have enough. We'll come back. I don't want to buy half of it and then accidentally sell it, so we'll come back. We're going to keep our mismatch of transmog right now. Our quality gear. Hey, it says, here soon chat's going to be so fast it will be unreadable. Well, hopefully, if it gets to that point, we'll kind of manage it from that point, but hopefully not unreadable. And it says hello. Our Monk says hello. Hello, Monk. Good morning. How are you doing? Eric says, I saw that you started streaming earlier. Sadly, I was a bit busy, so I'm here now, though. Sorry to hear about the death and Sholazar Basin. Nope, it's all good. Thank you. I appreciate that, though. We'll get there. We're just kind of working out all the bugs, and evidently, we do mean all the bugs. Ogrim says, I wake up seeing you and having a breakfast. Well, Ogrim, thank you for chiming in. Good morning. Let's see. It says, just memorized my college time. Been a long time since I played the Lich King. Nice. Neil says, you might have answered already, but do you keep the gold you gather from the other Ironman tunes? I mean, transfer to your main before you start over? Yeah, so that's something I'm actually working on, Neil, is I think from this point out, I may stay on 1 or 2 or 3 servers and just have a bank ult, and you know, whenever I die, I'll move the gold to that bank ult, just because you know, our last hunter had about 10k, then the hunter that was 85 had about 10k, so you know, if I can kind of move that gold to in one direction, and then, you know, have Ironman say pay for a month of Warcraft, that's all the better for me. So I'll probably start doing that in the near future, and just when I die, like I said, switch it, delete the character, or send the gold, delete the character, and then just go from there, because it's a little bit more tedious for me to go from one server to the next, and you know, we have probably 30,000 gold spread across 3 servers, so I'd rather have that all in one. That way we can slowly make our way up to purchasing a token, maybe. Alright, so with that, we'll jump down, if that makes sense. Let's see if we can disengage this way, and off we go. Fort Law says, if you get the time, you should make a montage of your character deaths before including sad music. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. I've been meaning to start uploading shorter videos, you know, like maybe ones that are 5 to 20 minutes, that kind of highlight our questing experience as well as the deaths and close calls and all that. But I haven't found the software or the angle I like yet, so maybe our first video will come out next Sunday. I was hoping maybe tomorrow, but I have classes today, so we'll see how that works out. We'll see. I don't want to promise and not deliver anymore. Neil says, wait, should I wait on leveling professions until I get to 110? Now, as far as leveling professions, you mean just like for a normal character? Honestly, if you're leveling normally, I would say you grab them now, especially if you're gathering professions, because whenever you mine or you do some sort of herbalism, it'll turn around and give you XP for that. So it's not an incredibly game-breaking amount, but every little bit helps. So I would say, especially in Legion, if you're leveling in Legion, go ahead and get the professions right off the bat, because you don't need a certain skill set to be able to craft the Legion items. And even more importantly, if you're gathering, you don't have to you don't get little bits, you get the whole, whatever it is, the whole lump of ore rather than nuggets. So I would say go ahead and start your professions now. Eric says, do you have people from chat on Battle.net as friends? Yeah, Eric, so I can put that up now, actually. It's Qyune with the pound hashtag, whatever you call it, at 1285. I do need to add someone. I told him I would Saturday, but hadn't had a chance to log back on and do that. But yeah, I do that. So what we'll probably do is, of course, I can't group with anyone for the Ironman challenge, but you know, when we start doing our afternoon and evening content, when I get a more stable semester, you know, we'll do stuff with friends, whether it's just normal leveling, battlegrounds, mythic plus runs. So that'll help me work on my skill set and get that up to par so we can start raiding and whatnot. I'll go ahead and put that away now and turn this quest in. But yeah, for those who are not fully aware of the Ironman challenge rules, let me go ahead and put that up as well, just because this is more of a traveling portion of the quest series. We're going to turn this in, but these guys train you in cooking. Even though it's a secondary profession, don't learn cooking. That will flag your character and flag your account. So there are no professions allowed outside of first aid. And I'm on North American servers for those who are curious. So unfortunately, I can't get on to EU just yet. So I'm going to fly back to Darnassus. And then off we go to, I think, Darkshore, yeah. Let's see, Fire says, sweet. And Ogrim says, when will I see you on the Horde? We need you. Honestly, what we might do is, the original plan was to get the hunter up to 110, then get the warlock to 110, or as high as we can get it in the race, and then do a what do we want to call it, a rogue on the alliance side as a night elf. But maybe I'll do a rogue on the horde side, just to kind of combine alliance and horde back and forth with each other. So I might do that. We'll see how that works out. If I did a rogue on the horde side, I don't know, maybe I'll do a druid on the horde side, because I want to kind of play a Tauren, to be honest. How many says, do I have to put my IMC on YouTube so I can join in? No, not at all. The Ironman challenge, not at all. So that's a good point, Hamdi. For those who are participating in the Warlock Ironman challenge, the only reason I'm asking for a name and realm is just to kind of give everybody updates as far as how they're doing, what they're doing, and it has a little bit of a security check, so we can just make sure everybody starts at least after September 1st, because what we don't want to happen is have someone who's had a warlock sitting on the burner for about 2 months at level 38 or something like that, you know what I mean? So let's go ahead and switch those off, and we'll fly over to Darkshore. But no, yeah, like I said, the only reason I asked for the name and realm on the Discord is just so we can actually keep up with each other and see how we like it, how we're doing, have something to talk about. Hey, just your goatee's beautiful. I'm 29, I still can't connect. Mine thins out on the side, so this is about as good as it's going to get for me, I believe. It's kind of funny though. Moody says Orc Rogue for the win. Maybe so, Moody. Maybe so. It's either Orc Rogue or a Tauren Druid, I think. Hamdi says I'm 22 and I don't even have a beard. It's all good. Sometimes people get them, sometimes they don't. It's all in the genetics and the luck thereof, I guess. Like I said, mine kind of thins out on the side. It says, wait till it goes away and your beard will start again. You know, that's kind of funny, because I've heard my dad say, not my dad, but my uncle say that when his hair started receding on top of his head, his beard started to come in even thicker, and that was in his 50s, I believe. So hopefully I didn't get that gene right. Let's see. Let me go ahead and find my Hearthstone here. God, it says somebody has dropped the challenge update list. A girl, I think. What do you mean, Chaotic? I'm not sure what you mean. Let me go ahead and... Do I need this? I don't. It's just in my bag. Okay. So we'll purchase these once we have the gold to be able to get them all. Or silver. And then I think our innkeeper is right here. That's our inn. Good to go. We'll pick up this quest. And where do we need to go next? Oh, way over here. Alright. William says, transfer the gold between servers via cage pets. Yeah, exactly. That's actually a good point. I was planning on doing that here pretty soon, and maybe we'll just kind of keep the Ironman challenge on one server, whether that's Moonguard or Argent Dawn. Really wasn't that bad, to be honest. Andy says, can I do it on PTR servers? What, the Ironman challenge? I doubt it, just because it's going to be hard to keep track of. Patrick says, did we die? Yes, we did. We died at 77 in Sholzar Basin. I got hit by a death bolt. I don't have Sam with me for some odd reason. Pull Sam and Sammy up, and off we go. Yeah, so the more I think about it, the more I'm inclined to keep the stream on one server as much as possible. As far as which one that is, I'm not sure, but it's probably going to be one that we've done this challenge on before. So that gives Darlon, Wormrest Accord, and I have the Bloodthirsty Challenger on Moonguard at the moment. And I think our first guy we need to save is over here. Patrick says no. Yeah, I know. So yep, that's why there's a 5 on the thumbnail this time. Hopefully I don't have to get into the double digits before we hit 110. If we do, I mean we'll do it. But Patrick says, how did you die? So in the quest that we were working on, the mob that we were about to kill, or we're intending to kill, was has what's called a death bolt. So if it hits you once, it hits you for all your health. I wasn't aware of that, and you know, let me say this: I saw that before, but maybe I forgot about it. I'm not sure why it didn't trigger any sort of memory, but the item we had was supposed to reflect it, and it has a 10-second cooldown. So I popped it right at the beginning of the fight, and I should have waited until he started casting and then popped it, but unfortunately that didn't happen. And so I think he had just let the death bolt off before my thing ran out, and so when it ran out and that death bolt hit me, then I died. So there's that. I think we can go ahead and use the Hearthstone now, just so we have it available. But yeah, Sneaky says Shadow Bolt. He got one shot. Yep, it was a definite one shot. But at least you will know about it for next time. Yeah, that's for sure. That's one good thing about dying, if you want to call it a good thing, is you don't forget it. The biggest bummer though is that it's been maybe a month since our first Ironman challenge attempt, and we still haven't been able to make it back up to 85 yet, so that's the biggest bummer, I suppose. Somebody says how he died. Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, so that's the link to the video. There you go. For those who are unfamiliar, I do have all my previous streams timestamped, so the more interesting points are kind of spelled out in chat, or spelled out in the comments. There we go. So you don't have to sit there and try to sift through 3 to 12 hours worth of stream to see the interesting stuff. Alright, so with that, oh, the quest is up here. I think we need to pick up 12 clams and 4 meat, I think, at the end of this. Yes. So with that, I think the first couple clams are down here. But yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty busy month with 7.3 dropping, and you know, dropping tomorrow, and then we have the Ironman challenge race in September. So like I said, we'll probably do afternoon streams with some sort of current content. I don't want to overwhelm the Ironman, but Ironman's kind of been set in the AM, so I want to kind of keep that going as much as possible. With that, let's go ahead and kill this guy. So my breath's at 80%. And I'm going to grab these clams right here. Try to keep the camera under the water, that way it doesn't crash every time I hit a mob. And speaking of that, there we go. Breath is at about 70%. Anorak says, oh no. Yep. It's we're back in Darkshore, so it's all good. We'll get there. It's all part of the challenge. I think I was kind of, when I started the challenge, if I wasn't mentally kind of have that mindset that I was ready to die, and or if I did die, that I was ready to start a new character, it'd be a little bit rougher, but I kind of anticipated this happening from the beginning. Neil says, where did you go to watch the fight? Oh, we're talking about Connor versus... We actually went and had Mexican food, but we actually went out way too early and missed the fight live, so we ended up just kind of watching the highlights of it and watching it afterwards. Fell asleep way too early as well too. Alright, so with that, breath is at about 90%. So let me go ahead and we need one more clam and we have all the meat we need, so there we go. Hey, it says, do you have a job queue? Well, no. At the moment, no. I've gone back to I did work as a mechanical engineer. That is my bachelor's, and I'm going back for a master's at the moment. So I've decided to take off a little bit of time to focus on the master's program. I don't really need to go too much further this way. I think we need to turn it in over here. So that's what I'm doing right now, and in the meantime I figured this would be a good chance to stream some content. Never done that before. Figured it would be something interesting to attempt, and yeah, that's what we're doing. So Masters is going to take me 2 years, so that's at least 2 years of streaming, right? I'm sure I'm hoping we'll have hit 110 by then, but yeah, we'll definitely do the Ironman challenge up to that point. But yeah, like I said, we have a little bit of time off, so we'll see how the John, thank you for the subscription. Welcome to the stream. We'll see what the future holds, because I do want to get back to work at some point, but I want to balance it, especially with getting to know everyone in stream and keep up with everyone. So I don't want to just like do what some people do and up and leave. So we'll see how it all balances itself out. We have a little bit of time to work with. Let's see, funniest death so far. As it says, funniest death so far. You know, honestly, it's probably the time I died in the Naga suit when I mistook it for a avatar. So we were swimming around in Desolus, thinking that we were, you know, running around in an avatar, and the health, you know, if you're in an avatar, when the health goes down, it's just kind of, you know, you pop back out, you kill the thing, and you continue on. But it was actually a disguise, despite having a completely different UI bar. And so when we had gotten down to 0, instead of me popping out, I just died. So that was our level 33 death, which is fine. We now know to make sure if my health is exposed to completely watch it and just be careful. So with each death, we've learned quite a bit. John says, welcome John, by the way. Thank you for the subscription again. Do you play with subs? In the mornings, not for the Ironman challenge, just because that's part of the rules. But in the future, when we start doing afternoon streams and whatnot, yeah, definitely. We'll do PvP, we'll do mountain runs, and excuse me, and we'll do just a whole wide variety of content. We'll kind of keep it open. It is this channel. I do want to keep this all Warcraft though. That's just what I've been playing for the past 10 or 12 years, so we'll keep it Warcraft related. But the afternoons will be a wide variety of content. So it looks like we have quite a few watching at the moment. So let me put up the rules real quick, just so. If it's not clear and you want me to go through it, which I guess I can just go ahead and go through it now. Let me go ahead and figure out where we need to go. We need to kill bears. So the Ironman challenge is leveling from 1 to 110 with as low as quality gear as possible. Pretty much the worst gear in the game being your white and gray quality items, leveling on your own. No dungeons, no battlegrounds, no pet battle leveling. In fact, no grouping with anyone. So John says, okay, yeah, so I hope that makes sense, John. Otherwise, yeah, I wouldn't have a problem doing that, but once we start the afternoon content, we'll do that. You know, we'll play with everyone and work it up. Mythic says, our Fiery Eric says, Mythic Plus with viewers could be fun. I think so. I think that'd be a good chance to improve my skill set. Like I said, I've kind of neglected the DK for the past month or two, and there'd be a good chance to catch back up and get a little bit better at my class, because I'm probably one of those guys that maybe average skill set, nothing too incredible. John says, your guild? I'm actually part of a small family guild, but you know, if you guys want to be a part of it, I don't see any reason not to invite anyone. I am on Khadgar and Illyria share a realm, so that's where I'm at. If you guys feel like making a character or tune over there, you're more than welcome to. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and blow this guy up. And kill this guy as well. I think the quest turn-in's pretty close by. Hamdi says, do you use the PTR? Hamdi, I, generally speaking, no, not really. I think we mentioned this Saturday, but for those who enjoy that content, hats off to them. I'm just one of those guys that I prefer to wait until the content's finished in its entirety rather than go through it while it's buggy. That's just kind of my mentality behind it. And yeah, that's kind of right why I don't play with the PTR all too much. Like I said, hats off to those guys who do and blast through the content. Makes it easier for players like myself who don't do the PTR. But like I said, one of the reasons I don't do it is it's just generally a little bit more buggy than I enjoy, if that makes any sense. Plop, plop. Oh, okay. Oh, what is the Ironman challenge? Oh, nice. So I timed that perfect then. Welcome to the stream. I know I'm going to tongue twist your name. Plop, plop. I want to blame my Southern heritage for that too. And he says, get to 110 with white gear without any deaths, and yes. So pop up. I can pull it back up if you missed it, but yeah, I can go through the rules. I'm not sure if I covered it already for you. Oh, look at that. Level 14, no 15 by exploration. Nice. So we get our first talents, which we're not allowed, so we're not going to mess with them. And then we're going to run into this cave, kill the demon that we turned into a frog about 2 hours ago, and keep on going. Hopefully there's a rare in this cave. Or I should say one does spawn here. Hopefully he's up when we run in there. Neil says, thoughts on LFR? Good training. Honestly, I'm one of those that have the opinion that LFR is a good thing. Stay with me says, hola, hola, stay with me. Good morning, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. For me personally, I find LFR to be a good thing, and I'll explain why. One, it gives players that don't have time, or maybe even the skill set, if we want to go ahead and say that, a chance to experience content. And for me, it actually helped me get into raiding at one point because you know, you can watch as many videos as you like. For most people, you can watch as many people as you like. Stay with me says, I'm a Spanish guy. No problem, welcome to the stream. As long as it's all in English, we're perfectly okay. Welcome, by the way. And there's our rare. But as far as LFR goes, there's, let's say Warcraft has a player base of 5 or 6 million. You're going to have a very wide variety of skill sets, and Hamdi says death is coming in 5 minutes. Well, I hope not. So, you know, giving people who would never otherwise experience the content an opportunity to do so, I think is a good thing. Plus, like I said, having LFR provide, you know, I think a lot of bosses, I think the boss fight should be a little bit more difficult, but that's just purely my opinion. I think it should prompt you to, you know, move out of AoE, or prompt you to do whatever a mechanic is. Maybe one kill mechanic per boss is probably plenty, but you know, just try to make people learn to fight a little bit more, because I think that's what it is in its essence, is to just a mechanism to allow people to learn fights. Because even if you watch a bunch of YouTube videos, you don't get that muscle memory, you don't get the experience of being in the content and reacting quickly or slowly depending on, you know, your play style. And it you know, it just doesn't give you that experience, and that's the key thing with raiding, is just getting that general experience as much as possible. Now, a lot of people who do the heroic are normal, but mostly your mythic players, I know they generally don't like it because it's 4 different tiers of difficulty, and I understand that. I honestly do. Like, if you are a top-end mythic player, you really want to do mythics or LFR for no reason other than a chance to get that high-end loot proc. You know what I mean? Like, even though the gear reward from LFR is much lower than that of Mythic, it can proc high, and it can proc up to a Mythic level. So, you know, those guys who are up in the cutting, you know, the nosebleed section of the Razor's Edge is, you know, that's something that they have to do, but, you know, that's a very small percentage of the game. So I think LFR, generally speaking, is a good thing because it gives people who wouldn't otherwise experience the content a chance to do so, and it also gives players who would have a hard time getting into raiding in general a little bit better of a chance to do so. So that's kind of my opinion of LFR. You know, I don't think there's too much of an issue of giving people various difficulties. I know I've heard some people complain about, you know, you have LFR, you have normal, heroic, and then mythic, and they think that's too much, but you know, it kind of comes down to personal preference and managing your own time. You know, for me, I don't do LFR. I don't raid at all just because I don't have the time at the moment to do it. But if I'd started to accrue the time and be able to do it, then yeah, I would do LFR a little bit more. I don't think I've been in there in about a month. Conversely though, a lot of normal teams now can knock out knock out normal faster than most LFR teams can get through all wings. So you know, you do have that point to consider as well. Like I said, it just comes to having all those options and then managing them yourself on a personal level. But I think just having the option out there is a very nice thing, and it just presents options to people who wouldn't otherwise have one, if that makes any sense. Oxa says he'll probably keep it until he makes it. Let's see. Haza says, could you please put your add-ons in the description so we could download them? Yeah, I can do that. Let me write that down. I'll try to do that next stream. Add add-ons to description. I don't mind doing that at all. I have to write stuff down because my memory is like that of a goldfish, so we'll do it that way. Alright, so with that, Patrick says, yeah, it would be amazing. Oh, we're talking about Haza. Oh, okay, I see. Yep, I can do that. That's not a problem, guys. What I usually do is put on the YouTube calendar my next stream. So within that description, I'll go ahead and throw in the add-on links as well, if that helps you guys any. That is not a problem at all. Happy to help, to be honest. Neil says, I agree, it does. Yeah, like I said, I don't know. I just don't have an issue with having a lot of options. And like I said, for me, LFR has helped me before. And then, you know, there's been times where I've raided and I didn't go into LFR at all. Same difference, you know, it's an option. If you have it, awesome. If you don't, in my opinion, it's worse than having an option, to be honest with you. Hamdi says the problem is that the in-game guide does not give you a guide. All there is writing and writing, not a single video of a boss ability. I think casual players would go through all that text. And you know, that's a valid point, Andy. Do people who are in LFR generally read the fight descriptions? I would say the majority probably do not. But at the same time, you know, there's a lot of people who play normal raids that still don't read the descriptions. So it's a lot of people have the capability. David Wilson, thank you for the subscription. Welcome to the stream. You know, a lot of people who do your normal content, they don't read the description as well. Kind of they just go in there and get a feel for it. I think a lot of players kind of do that when they're not supposed to, given their raid rules or whatever. But I don't know. I think at the end of the day, just again having that option available to read it and then to go to YouTube's and watch it, it's more options, I guess. And I just have a hard time dismissing as many, well, there goes the bear. Yeah, I figured I would do that. There we go. There we go. Oxa says, honestly, the text is the better way than nothing at all. It literally tells you what to watch out for and what to do. Yeah, so, you know, the thing is, kind of going with the comment about experience. Like, if I read a book on how to take apart a car, it's not going to do me any good until I actually take apart a car and then I make the mistakes therein. Of course, if I don't read the book and I try to take apart a car, I'm going to learn a lot as well. I'm probably going to have a very different success ratio than, you know, in how I took apart that car, but just having that option available and having that capability to say read it or watch the quest, like if it says what happens. For the guy that's whispering me, yep, we did die. But going back to the how far here, let me see. Andy says, well, most of us are lazy. I'd rather die and learn than reading all that. And you know, there's an argument to be had for that. A lot of people kind of have that that mentality and that approach. But you know, I'm all ears to hear a valid reason for not liking LFR. But I haven't come across one yet. But LFR is kind of like PvP. It can be a very opinionated, very volatile subject. So if we do disagree and there's people in chat that disagree with each other, just remember that we are not going to insult each other on a personal level. We're just discussing ideas and the benefits and disadvantages thereof. I'll probably have to restate that if we go into political discussions, but generally speaking, I do want to keep this channel where we can discuss ideas like that and have conflicting opinions where we just kind of go back and forth and say, well, at the end of the day, we maybe agree to disagree, or maybe you guys brought something up that I haven't thought of before, or vice versa. So I don't know, I like that conversation style more so than trying to convince one person that they're right or wrong. It usually takes a person's own volition to recognize that. So that's my take. Jacob says, Qyune, my man, what's up? Oh, let me switch to Shaminator. Oh, that is Shaminator. What's going on? I think you're switching already. Oxa says, technically, having deadly boss mods and knowing the game works is enough to beat a boss. Oxa, that's kind of my thought. You know, you have, if your deadly boss mod add-on is up to date, generally you kind of learn as you go. Obviously, you know, when you get up to, say, heroic level stuff and mythic level stuff, you need to know what's coming ahead of time and be able to preemptively respond. But generally speaking, I think the YouTube videos as well as your add-ons, generally enough. And 9 times out of 10, if something's underneath you, you have to move. If something's coming toward you, you have to move. So it's I think the real mechanics knowing how to fight a lot of times comes down to the tanks and them knowing, and healers sometimes, and knowing when to, you know, taunt or switch or whatnot. So sometimes that can be the more you need to know that before you go in kind of mechanic. Shaminator says, oh no, did you die? Yes, Shaminator, welcome back, by the way. We did die. We made it to 77 and we got hit with a death bolt. Andy says, everyone here is watching a video game stream. You don't need to worry about political views. Most of us are from around the world. Yeah, like I said, sometimes though, there's people out there who confuse passion with how correct they are. So just want to make sure that was said preemptively as much as possible. Alright, so with that, we'll go ahead and kill the rest of these. I don't think we're near rare just yet. Kingpin says, what realm are you playing on? This is Blackwater Raiders. So I think this will probably be the last time I switch realms, and we'll probably end up going back to one of the realms we started and kind of condense all of our Ironman challengers and our gold over there. But yeah, as of now, we are on Blackwater Raiders. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and kill this guy as well. Nathan says, how far did you get since a few days ago? I just joined again. Welcome back, Nathan. Good morning. We made it to 77. So my record at the moment is 85, 33, 74, and 77. So we'll get there. We got this. It's just a matter of not making mistakes like that. And not losing patience too. I was somewhat distracted with the other quests at the time where it had bugged out on me, but not a big deal. I enjoy the leveling process, generally speaking, so it's not too big of a deal. Jennifer says, 4 days of Warcraft. Don't die, don't die, do damage. This is according to a friend of mine. Oh, that's pretty good, actually. I like that. Don't die, do damage. There you go. That's the guide to any boss, right? Alright, so let's blow this one up. Drop a couple dire beasts. Alright, so with that, we'll just kind of grind our way back around in a circle here. Oxy says, technically you can put down all games ever made to don't die, do damage. I suppose so. That's another valid point. I do like the guys that come into LFR and say, how do you do this fight? And then the next guy up says, just don't die. Alright, that works for me. I do have to say though, when you go into LFR, I do find it a little inconsiderate to go in there and expect people to tell you how to play the fight. If you don't go in there knowing how to do the fight, that's all 100% good, but you just can't expect someone to have taken the time for you and do that. So that is kind of the caveat to that statement earlier. Jonah says, with which level did you die on last try? 77. Yes, Hamdi is correct. 77 is correct. So, like I said, we did make it to 85, 33, 74, and then Saturday was 77. Now with this, there is a rare nearby. There's actually two, but we'll knock out this one first. I've actually killed this guy quite a bit on my bloodthirsty Ironman. Oh, we better go back down here just so we don't take a ton of fall damage. Saber says, yo Qyune, I got home yesterday. Welcome back, Saberwin. Welcome back. How are you doing? How was your vacation? Let's go ahead and work our way across here. What do we need to do? Locate Grimclaw. This isn't a bad series of quests. I'm going to find this guy. Grimclaw is asleep, I think. Let's turn that in real quick. And then, before we actually go do the quest, we're going to see if we can... my bags are full again. Whoops. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and get rid of all the aquatic stuff. That way, I don't think we'll see that again. There we go. And now we need to go find the Panther rare over here. Cool says, just realize how tough the end game is for Ironman challenge with no stamina increase from items. Mobs can just one-shot you, right? A lot of them won't one-shot you, cool. But the one that did was, it just was part of his mechanic in the fight, and we were supposed to use an item to reflect it back at him. However, the item had a 10-second cooldown, and for some odd reason, I just made the assumption that the effect of it was going to last, 10 seconds or 5 seconds. So I popped it mid-fight, or starting at the fight, and it actually, oop, there he is. I just saw him. I popped it at the start of the fight, and the effect of it ended right as he finished casting the bolt. So it just, there was no recovery from that. It was an instant one-shot. Alright. I wish I had emptied out my bags earlier. I'm just going to have to do it now. Let me find some cheap stuff here. It's going to be nice once we get our other mount. That way we can actually sell stuff as soon as we get it. And then we'll grab the third whisker, making them annoyed every time we do it. And we're off. Everyone says Cedar Point was fun. I'm glad to hear it. We, like I said, we made it back to Northrend, and now we're back in Darkshore, so we'll probably not. I don't think we'll make it out of Azeroth before the race starts, so that's fine. Let's see. Hamdi says, no, the quest gave him the item. Oh, okay. You guys are going back and forth with that. Shamanir says, Qyune, what's your favorite midnight snack? For me, it's nice peanut butter jellies. That's funny, Shamanir, because honestly, that's probably it for me, too. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich with a glass of milk is usually what I'll do for something late night. Just either that or sometimes cold pizza. Alright, so that's all three of those. But it's funny that's your favorite one, because that's usually what I refer to, something light and easy like that. In fact, that's probably what I have for breakfast, because I have quite a bit of homework to knock out today, which is due today, so I'm glad to know nothing's changed since my bachelor's days. I say that jokingly. I actually need to take that kind of serious and take care of that earlier than later. Trying to just make a little bit more room. We have 1 gold, so the gear we need will come naturally. I'm just wanting to empty out my bags here real quick, just so I don't have to sit there and empty it out for every item I get. Alright, there we go. See if I can jump across here. Let's see, Moody says, I prefer a nice big bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Nice. You know, I've gone through my my cereal days, but you know, at this point in time, there's not really one specific cereal I care for too much. Neil says, later, Q, good luck. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that, and we'll see you Wednesday, because we're going to take tomorrow off. There is a rare that pops up back here, so that's kind of why I started going here first. But yeah, no, it's been quite some time since I've had some cereal. I kind of shy away from that these days. And the rare is right there. Nice, perfect. Knock that out real quick. Saber says, I'm a little bit sick because of 2 weeks ago before my vacation, but I will recover from it. What kind of sick? Just, getting bumps on my left hand and right hands caused me. Really? That's odd. You go to the doctor for that? There we go. Level 16. So let's see. How long does it take to get to level 16? 2 hours and 56 minutes. You know what? I wasn't using my treant, guys. Let me put that on the toolbar. That's okay. We have to kill quite a bit out here, so it's not a big deal. There we go. I'm going to grab this while Treant's busy over there. I have to kill her anyway, so that works out. Will the Treants work on her? Yeah, they will. Nice. Saber says, to be honest, I was eating tacos on my way home. Oh, man. You know, it's been a long time since I've had Taco Bell. I mean, man, it's been over at least 10 or 15 years since I've had Taco Bell. Just not too much of a fast food person. I'll go out and eat to a restaurant, but for fast food, I don't eat it all too much, to be honest. CSP says, Qyune, I don't get to watch for 2 days again, and you go and die. I'm starting to think I need to go touring the master race. Yeah, you know, well, I think I'm gonna do touring for my my horde attempt, but yeah, like I said, every time you go away, I tend to die, so I'm gonna need you to stick around a little bit. Let me see here. We need to go over here and steal the bear's fur. And I saw him just turn aggressive, so this quest might take a little bit longer than I would like. If I can make it over to him before he turns aggressive. There we go. Ah, look at that. Okay. What this one? Since we're swimming against the current here. He's up. He went. Okay. All right. So we're just gonna pick one bear and we're gonna wait before we kill them all. So I think I'll stand on the other side of the path over here. He says Qyune Trent is pronounced Shrient. Shrient? Is it really? Is that like oh, the bear's up. Let's go ahead and do our thing over here. Alright, so with that, we'll run back over here real quick. Hopefully Sam doesn't aggro him. Okay. Moody says, ever since my mom's friends had to go to the hospital because of there being a human feces in his bean burrito, I've stayed away from Taco Bell. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's a good reason to stay away from Taco Bell. And Vi says, what happened? Did you die before? Yes, we died at 77. Trent. Huh, I did not know that. Is it really? Is it actually pronounced that way? That's interesting. Alright, we're waiting on these two bears to become non-aggressive. There we go. And take the fur here. I'm just going to shoot him just because I want to wait right here for this bear. I said, Saberwin sending any gold is cheating. Yeah, Saberwin, so I might have missed that, but Matthias. Yeah, I think I said that right. Matthias, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the subscription, and good morning. We are all of level 16 at the moment. Just dinged, actually. But yeah, going back to the gold comment, yes, you cannot send yourself any gold. Everything you generate on the Ironman Challenger has to be generated on that particular Challenger. So, you know, you could have good or bad luck, you know, with the auction house and having BOE items drop. But all of it has to be generated by the Ironman. Noah says, "Hello, what's the Ironman Challenge about?" Welcome, Noah. Good morning. It's let's go ahead and put this back up. Ironman Challenge is getting from 1 to 110 without dying a single time, only using gray and white quality items. The other rules kind of include no dungeons, no battlegrounds, no pet battle leveling, no potions, no flasks, no elixirs. A good bit of other stuff. Oh, no grouping whatsoever. Whether that's this bear is taking a long time. Whether the group's a normal group or raid, so that's kind of what the Ironman Challenge is in a nutshell. It's pretty much getting from 1 to 110, solely questing or grinding on mobs on your own. You can go into a guild, but this bear is taking his sweet time, that's for sure. I know by the time I get over here to this bear, he'll turn aggressive, so we're just trying to pick one bear and wait. Noah says, awesome, good luck. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. This will be our 5th attempt. And, actually, I'm going to be ready to disengage over here if he switches back again. I'm going to watch 2 bears at once here. He says, then why did I see 3 YouTubers do this challenge for 6 videos as they were a group? Saber, that's probably just them doing their own thing, but that's not the official Ironman Challenge, if that makes any sense. Like, they probably did that just for the fun effect of having a bunch of people, but as far as the quote-unquote official Ironman, it is a solo challenge. So I think people are wanting some sort of Ironman group challenge quest, but oh, okay, there we go. Generally speaking, grab the fur and we're off. Generally speaking, Ironman's just one of those things you do on your own, officially anyway. D29 says, hi, good morning, D29. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? We are, like I said, a little bit, probably 10% into level 16 here. I'm going to see if we can head back over, turn in all these quests, and let me see. Yeah, we'll turn in all these. I think what we might do a victory lap as far as knocking out as many rares as we can, and then we'll just kind of hearth back. But for now, we're going to take out this guy. There it says, and I don't know why, but they started naked even though they were all whites. Yes, they were more than likely, they were just kind of doing their own thing. But like I said, if it comes to like official challenge rules or, you know, recognized Ironman challenger, it's going to have to be on a solo event, if that makes any sense. Alright, so let's go ahead and turn this in over here. And then Qyune says, Qyune, how old are you and what do you study? I study mechanical engineering is my bachelor's, and right now I'm going for my what do you want to call it? Master's in mechanical engineering as well, and then a second master's in project management. So in the course of that time, I'll probably end up with 3 or 4 business certifications, whether that's program management as well, but generally speaking, that's what my 2 masters are about. And I think I need to click on the item here that this bear is almost covering. There we go. But yeah, so that's it. If that answers that, the it's pretty in-depth program, so I'm looking forward to being able to complete it and have everything I need going out from that, or graduating from that. So it's just when I graduated my bachelor's, I worked a little bit. I found out some things that a lot of people had a lot more experience and were able to understand things relating to business and projects and stuff like that than I did, even though I had my engineering degree. So I just noticed that that was a pretty significant gap in my knowledge, so I wanted to go back and you know, try to bridge that gap as much as possible. So we're gonna see if we can kill an extra rare over here. They spawn pretty quick, and thanks to the Bloodthirsty Ironman challenge, I've been able to find a good portion of where all the rares are. So I am level 16, so I am more or less safe to go over where these next handful of rares are. Pooh says, hey, what's going on, Pooh? Poote, how you doing? Good morning. Alright, so we'll come back for that quest. We're probably going to be sent this way anyway here pretty soon, but I'm just making my way over here. 1, to kill the rares, 2, get the flight path, and then that'll make hearthing back all the more worth it. Qyune says, and your age. Oh, we're going to keep that for guessing at the moment. I'm just kind of curious what other people will say. I think everyone's kind of going to get it right, but I want to see what the general consensus is. So we're going to... Can I do a trap yet? No, I cannot. I am going to put this over here, though. And we'll go ahead and drop some dire beasts and have Sam chase this guy instead. Man, that thing took off. I guess we'll go... Nathan says, alright, so... Also, did 2 people drop out on this? Saber, Oh, as far as the Ironman challengers, yeah, I haven't seen an update for them in quite some time, so I'm going to let them kind of do their own thing for a little bit, and then I'll kind of keep an eye on the channel. But what I'm afraid of is always putting their channel information up, and then you know, if they're burned out on the Ironman challenge, people going over there and what do you want to say, going over there and harassing them and whatnot. So I just want to avoid that situation as much as possible. Maybe not harassing, but always asking them, what about it? Oh, we have people guessing the age. That's funny. Let's see. What is the helmet gear on the thumbnail? Oh, the helmet for my DK is something you're going to be able to get in October from the Headless Horseman. So that's the, I forget what you call that mount. Not that mount, but that helm. I guess we'll grab this quest while we're here. like I said, we're just working our way down to get the flight path, and then we'll come right back up. But I know over here there's another rare, but these guys have a huge aggro radius, so you have to kind of kill everything before you make it to them. That being said, though, I'm going to turn in this quest real quick. So we have to kill 8 of these guys. I don't have my trap yet, so I think what I'll do is come in from this angle. It says, what realm? This one is Blackwater Raiders. Jesus Christ. Yeah, these guys have a massive aggro radius here. Alright, with that, and let's blow her up. And that is 1800 XP, free XP should I say. And I'm going to try to just loot the belt off. There we go. So if I can put these in such a way that they don't actually accidentally get vendored when I sell stuff, that'd be nice. Let's see, someone here says Headless Horseman Helm, is it? I think yes, that is it. And Saber says, Keithy died? Not that I know of, Saber. I think he's still at 70. He just hasn't done the Ironman challenge just yet, or provided an update. I think he's been allowing himself to take a little bit of time off. That way he doesn't get burned out when it comes to the Ironman race. I think that is his tactic. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't seen him yet this morning. Alright, so with that, it says moving rocks. Yeah, sometimes the rocks will chase you, and the physics on that's pretty amazing. Somebody says, if I'm not mistaken, you live in New York, right? What part? I used to live in Brooklyn. No, sir, I'm actually in the southern region of the United States. So if you hear a slight southern drawl, that's kind of where it comes from. Saber says, last I've seen, he was a paladin. Really? Well, that's interesting. You might be more up to date than I am. I looked on his Twitch and I didn't see anything. I looked on his YouTube as well. I didn't see anything. So, hopefully he didn't die. That'd be a shame if he did. Let me see. We've killed that rare. Yeah, let's keep going. Let's go ahead and get the flight path like we were planning, and then we'll hearth back. Because like I said, we're going to have to come back down here anyway. I'm going to try to work my way back to the path so I don't aggro these guys anymore. Emma says, in Argent Dawn Roleplay Room, never got to Colchire. Emma, I think that's the first time I've seen your name, by the way. So welcome to the stream. I appreciate you chiming in. Yeah, Argent Dawn was where we were last time, actually. That's the realm I died on at 77. I'm trying to figure out which realm would be best to put keep the Ironman challenge on as much as possible. Kind of leaning toward Moonguard a little bit, but at the same time, that's where the warrior is. So if I did that, I'd have to change the name of the hunter, which isn't a big deal. But let me see here. I don't think there's any rares nearby here. Excuse me. Saber says he must be from Kentucky or Florida. I'm sure eventually it'll come out, but I'm just trying to keep the information as close as possible for the moment. But it is in the South. I'm sure at one point, like I said, it'll eventually work its way out. I do have my face on stream, so there's always a good chance someone could, as the channel grows, someone could actually see me and recognize me, and then, you know, cat's out of the bag at that point. So up until then, we'll kind of keep it a quote-unquote mystery, if that makes any sense. Saber says, because half my family is from Kentucky on my mom's side. I actually know a lot of people in Kentucky. There's I did work in the South as well, so I am familiar with that state. So we're going to need to go ahead and grab this item here. I think we might have a vendor so we can clear our bags out, which would be nice. For the Lowell says he is from Darnassus. Yes. So every time we've come from level 1, I've spawned and hailed from Darnassus. So that'll be our point of reference, our point of contact. If I can find a, there we go, vendor. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and sell everything that's soulbound or not a green item. That might sell, so. Recipe Swiftness Potion. Really? I didn't know that dropped at this level. That's kind of nice. I thought that was something you got from Tannerus or something. So these bind when equipped, so we'll set those aside. We might have luck out with that recipe depending on the server. Sometimes it goes for a lot, sometimes it goes for nothing, so we'll see. Like I said, gold doesn't have too much value for you in the Ironman challenge. It's mostly one of those things you have for getting bigger bags or getting your mount training as soon as it's available. So it's not too big of a deal. But with that, I guess we'll go ahead and hearth back. And let's see, Shamanir says Nathan is the Headless Horseman realm. Yes. Nathan, I'm not sure if you heard me a minute ago, but it is, I apologize if not, it is the Headless Horseman realm, helm, but I'm not sure if what the name of it is. Emo says this area is a pain to move through though. It is, just because it's longer in nature than it is wider. You know, everything's not centralized as much as it could be as compared to some zones. That is level 17. So it is at a, it will work at a disadvantage when it comes to the Ironman race, I think. But the good thing about it is that it also has a lot of rares in the area, so that's kind of nice and something to make up for that. Alright, so with that, Moody says, same, a lot of my family is from Lexington, Kentucky. Really? There's more people in Kentucky than I was aware of. That's awesome. Let's see. Alright, so with that, we have to knock out the warlocks as well as knock out these guys over here. So let me take a look at something real quick. I'm going to stand outside the inn just so we minimize the rest of the experience. I know we have to kill the 15 warlocks out here. Saber says, before I go, can't the Headless Horseman helm drop as cloth or leather? To be honest, I don't think it can. Last I heard, it was just plate. Unless there was a hunter running. No, I don't think there's anything similar. To be honest, I think it's just plate still. David says, what level did you get to on your last one? David, welcome back. We made it to 77 before we had a death bolt served to us. So let me pull up this real quick. And with that, I'm going to take a look here. So like I said, we're going to knock out the Murlocs real quick. And I'm trying to think here. Since it is a school day for me, guys, we have hit the 3-hour mark. So I'm going to look for a channel to raid here pretty good. Matthew H says, I'm watching from Louisville. Well, thank you, Matthew. Welcome. And thanks for joining us, by the way. Chaminator says, Qyune, no BOA mount? No, not until I get the, what do you want to call it, the noise under control. It's kind of hard to listen to, so it's annoying to me, so it may be annoying to other people as well. So typically I just kind of, and then also with Spirit of the Ironman Challenge, we walk at the first 20 levels, if that makes any sense. But let me see here. Yeah, I think for the most part, I don't see anyone else's channel. For those, we do have a little bit higher traffic on our channel as well, so let me go ahead and put up the rules for you guys who are new. Welcome once again, and let's go kill some Murlocs. I think we need 50 of them, right? Normally I can do this in 2 runs, but I think I've had to do it in 3 once before. But as far as the Ironman challenge goes, it's a level from 1 to 110 challenge, only never dying once. Saber says, well, later guys. Alright Saber, you have a good rest of the afternoon. And we'll see you later. But leveling from 1 to 110 without any deaths, and doing so only using white and gray quality items, it's essentially doing it by yourself. So no dungeons, no battlegrounds or anything like that. Shaminator says, bye Qyune, have a good day. Going ahead and hop off. Alright, Shaminator, appreciate you stopping by. Thank you, sir. And I think what we'll do is actually, we are hitting that 3.5 hour mark. Like I said, I have classes today and a little bit of work I need to knock out. So what we're going to do here is we might open up with killing a bunch of warlocks tomorrow morning. So let's go ahead and log out right here, and we'll keep that up. David says, I've been thinking about doing the Ironman challenge. The only problem is that right now is that I'm going to be trying to go hard into the next tier content. That's perfectly okay, David. If you join us for the Ironman race, let me know, and we'll keep up with that. But honestly, it's best to kind of do the Ironman challenge as you best see fit. Our transmog is a little rough there, but that is level 17, Hunter. Let's see, David says, so I need to focus on my... Oh, you got 3 mains. Yeah, I can see where that's a little time consuming. Yeah, I can understand that 100%. Jesus. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same situation. We'll be doing the Ironman challenge, but I need to work on my main. So we might be working on my main, whether it's raiding or mythic pluses in the afternoon, and we'll kind of just do stuff with everyone involved. So, but yeah, with that, I hate leaving at 3 hours, but that is the min, and we have work. I have a little bit of school work to do, but thank you guys, honestly, very much for all the encouragement, as well as all the subscriptions, the likes, and especially the wave of likes here recently. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that more so than I can express. We will be back Wednesday. We're taking tomorrow off because tomorrow is patch day, and 7.3 will be dropping. I will try to drop a video tomorrow, but I doubt it's going to happen just because school, right? But no, like always, thank you guys very much. It's a ton of fun. And Moody says, see you, Qyune. See you, Moody. You have a great rest of the day as well. And we'll be back at it then. Normally, we'll start doing raids here pretty soon, but I didn't see anybody that was on that I've been a part of their channel. So Sal says, have a nice day, everyone. You too, Sal. You have a great day. David, you have a great day as well. And thank you guys very much for being a part of this. This is our 5th attempt. We'll get there. And we'll just see how we go from there. But here in the future, we'll start doing some raids. We'll do that. I promise you guys. I know that's a lot of people look forward to that, but once we get going, we'll do that. So I think with that being said, that's about it. Yeah. So we are off tomorrow. We are here every morning at 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. at the very least, and then we'll go beyond there. And as far as that's it for today, guys. So Jennifer says, did we reach 17? Yes, ma'am, we did. We did make it to 17, and hopefully Wednesday we can maybe touch on 30, closing in on 30. I hope. We'll see. I might be a little too ambitious there, but we'll see. But thank you everyone who's especially commented and said hi and saved me a couple times. So everyone, you guys have a great rest of the day, and I will see you Wednesday. Have fun tomorrow. Let me know how the patch works out for you.